Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to our, is it four?
Yeah, episode
Shit,
4. Yep.
episode 4 of We Got Issues. I am the host, uh, MLGman, aka Luke, and this is my homie Cameron, aka, or I guess I got that backward, Xboxgut, aka Cameron. Yeah, man, this is episode 4. It's crazy. We've already been doing this for 4 episodes.
I know. Technically, what? This is our sixth filmed episode because of the pilot and the Berserk, the book club review.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, we're getting up there on the hours, bro.
Oh, yeah. And now that we've got sort of a schedule, more or less, figured out. At least a day that we record, we can really get some stuff going, and it's real, man. It's real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I,
It is.
I feel like after like the first episode we put out, man, it felt cool that we were doing it, but it didn't really set in yet what we were doing, you know.
Mhm.
But like ever since like episode 2 dropped, I've just been in this mood, man. Like we've actually this is something we're actually doing, you know.
Like actively pursuing the episode count. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, man.
Like it's kind of surreal to be honest.
Yeah. Well, there's like yeah, because we took like it was like a few weeks break, and I was scared it was gonna be like a one and done kind of thing. Like I was scared maybe it's not gonna work out, but then we were like, you know what, fuck it, let's rock and roll. Let's do this second episode, and ever since then we've been pretty consistent. So
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
I'm excited, man. One thing I did want to bring up in this episode when I was looking, so turns out our podcast name isn't as original as we thought. There is another comics podcast called We Got Issues. And when we started our podcast, they had 10 subscribers. And we got up to 12 pretty quick. But I checked the other day, or like yesterday, and they're at 12 now too. So,
I know. I just seen that whenever I was checking whose turn it was to lead.
oh, did you?
That's funny. Yeah, I just seen that.
Oh wow. Yeah, I checked. Dude, I looked at that. I accidentally saw it yesterday because I was editing on my channel. I wanted to put a link to the podcast on my channel, and when I looked up We Got Issues, I saw the other one, and I had forgot about them. So yeah, I mean, if
Are they an actual like comic centric podcast? They're full about comics and shit like
as
that.
far as I'm aware, when I first saw them,
Hmm.
I could have swore I saw them reviewing like the Last Ronin or something. So I'm pretty sure it's
Oh, okay.
yeah. So if they're watching, if they're like, who are these new guys taking our name? Hey, what's up, other our twins? Like, what's good?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can maybe
Hey,
maybe
we got issues with an exclamation mark.
that's
All
true.
right, we're different. We're different.
Maybe we can have like a friendly competition, or dude, you know what'd be craziest if we had them on.
Or like a full on collab. Fucking we have them, they have us. That'd be fucking cool for sure.
Yeah, we got issues squared,
Yeah. 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 Yep.
dude. That'd be
There you
hype.
go.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I
that'd be
just
pretty.
wanted to bring that up because it's something I noticed. But yeah, what you been up to, man?
Not a whole lot, bro. I've just been roasting in my fucking apartment because I've been waiting on an AC replacement for my apartment, and
Is
I've been it's been shitty. It's shitty. I've been sleeping like shit recently, but yeah, I like to sleep in a cold room, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, they were supposed to replace it today, and they never came. Um, so we're gonna have to survive another week, maybe another couple days without it. But other than that, I've just been grinding on that Immortal Hulk. Let me grab it real quick so I can show you my
Ooh, yeah.
progress.
I wanted to definitely talk about that this episode.
I'm not too far in.
Damn.
I'm about a fourth, but dude, I'm like 20 issues into the run.
Awesome, man.
Um, but yeah, I'm that far into that. I read a little bit more Berserk. I'm on volume 5 of that,
Okay.
and I just hit 53 hours in Arc Raiders. So yeah, I've been absolutely fucking. I've been falling out of love with that game a little bit. I could definitely feel myself getting bored. Um,
Is it like
bored of
repetitive?
it. Very much repetitive, but every match is definitely different, and that's what's keeping me coming back. But yeah, it's just a hard game, man. It's fucking hard because you build this whole loadout, and you go in there just for some rat motherfucker to be camping the exfil zone and just fucking take all of it. So it's kind of like but it's just the thrill of every raid. It's a really good time. I'm still enjoying my time with it, and I find myself playing it every single day for at least 3 to 4 hours a day. Not like last week where I fucking dropped I did a 9 hour day, 8.5 hour day on Sunday, and then did another 4 hour day on Monday. But yeah, I'm still very much enjoying it. I've also been playing that Warhammer Rogue Trader game, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's because I don't have a basis on Warhammer other than Space Marine, but my God, it is hard to understand. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I like the gameplay of it, but there's just so much in that Warhammer lore that literally in the game, like the game is self-aware that it's from an expansive fucking lore with like tons and tons of books and stuff like that around, like video games. I think there's like 40, 45, 50 games just around
Oh
Warhammer
yeah,
alone.
just like random. Yeah, there's so much. There's
Yeah,
hundreds of books. Like it's crazy.
yeah. And like in the game, whenever you're kind of reading dialogue or dialogue's being voice acted to you, there's like words that are specifically highlighted from the Warhammer universe. And if you hover over them, it'll literally give you a whole wiki description on what that shit is. So like, do you know what the warp is?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's like very heavily like that's the like I guess the enemy so far. Obviously, the heretics are trying to overtake the rogue traders. It's actually pretty good. I'm so into arc raiders right now that it's just hard to actually like sit down and fucking grind rogue trader. I have like a good 4 hours in it though so far.
Okay. So as far as Warhammer, like you have no experience with Warhammer. You said you played Space Marine.
Yeah, I played Space Marine 1 and I played Space Marine 2. Uh, whenever Space Marine 1, whenever I played that, I was very young, like 360. I don't even think Xbox One was out yet. And I played through that. I really enjoyed it from what I remember. I don't remember much, to be honest. I just know that it was orcs versus the Space Marines and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then playing Space Marine 2, I really, 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 really liked Space Marine 2 and against like the Tyranids and
That game was sick,
uh
bro.
oh man, it was fantastic. And then on top of it, it was co-op as well, which was even better. And just that whole campaign, dude, like the whole finale with the fucking the flag
When Calgar
just
pops in, yeah,
yes,
dude.
dude. Whenever he's like flying in that fucking big ass, yeah, dude, awesome. Uh,
Yeah.
but I don't know much other than that outside of it. I mean, there's a lot to it,
Oh
and
yeah.
especially with like a CRPG like Rogue Trader, there's just so much dialogue, so much terminology, and then on top of that, it's I think Rogue Trader is based on the old school Warhammer tabletop.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's not Baldur's Gate, it's not D&D, and there's a lot fucking to it, and it's just
Oh yeah.
they're just beating you in the head with all these different mechanics, all these different, you know, like shit that you have to do. It's a hard game to get into, for sure. But I got it on stuff for like $20, so I'm not too hurt if I end up dropping it or whatever like that. But I hear it's extremely long too.
Oh
Plus, it
wow.
has all these different DLCs that add like there's like four different DLCs that add 15 hours a pop.
Damn.
So yeah, it's I just I know that this is exactly how I felt with Baldur's Gate 3. I wasn't really into it when I first played it, and then just something in me just made me want to try it again, and I really got into it. So I feel like I'm in that beginning, kind of the whole setup of the world, or not like the world because it's already established, but like the whole setup of the characters, the character arcs and stuff like that. And I know that rogue traders are some of the most earliest lore dropped in Warhammer from what I'm
Hmm.
from my understanding.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a pretty cool it's a pretty cool story arc. Um, already fucking bunch of twists and shit like that have happened in the first 4 hours of the game. But yeah, I'm pretty intrigued by it. I just it's just not grabbing me like Arc Raiders is.
Well, if you ever want to get into Warhammer, I definitely recommend some of the novels because let me tell you, I didn't grow up with Warhammer or anything. It's something that I personally got into within the last couple of years. Like, not this past summer, but the summer before that. Like, right around when I got into comics, too. I was living with my aunt and uncle, and my uncle Joey, he's one of the coolest people I know. He's a huge nerd, man. And, like, he played D&D in high school and stuff like that, and he reads a bunch of the Warhammer novels, and he was getting me into Warhammer. Um, and through him, like, we went to the Warhammer store, and like we built like the little miniatures, and like it was just a, that he's who got me into it. And I read, like, I have a little Warhammer shelf up here. I read like the first four of the, so there's this thing called the Horus Heresy. Are you familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
So so most of the Warhammer stuff you see now is Warhammer 40K or 40,000.
Hmm.
But prior to that, I mean, so the Horus Heresy, to to not get, because I could go on for hours with just talking about Warhammer, but basically you've got the Emperor of Mankind, and he has like all of his sons, which are basically like less powerful clones of him,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Which was Kelgar in Space Marine 2, right? Was it
Calgar.
one of them?
So I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Yes and no, kind of. So basically, each of his sons has like their own legion of like Space Marines or whatever. They're called the Primarchs, and I think there's like 12 of them. But anyway, one of them, his name's Horus, and he decided to rebel against against the Emperor, and it's because the forces of chaos, which are within the warp, like through different means, kind of like warped his mind and turned him evil and turned him against the Emperor, and it started this whole war, like civil war between the Primarchs. And all of that stuff happens prior to Warhammer 40K. In fact, it's what they call Warhammer 30K, and it's like this whole war that happens for like 10,000 years leading into Warhammer 40K when like the war ends. Um, but to answer what you were saying about Calgar, so what's his name? So the Primarch of the Ultramarines, his name's Robut Gilliman, and he's the Emperor's son. He's the Primarch, and then there's like a clone of Gilliman who's Calgar. Like Calgar is the leader of the Ultramarines below. So it's like it goes Emperor, Gilliman, then Calgar underneath him. So it's like it's weird.
So he's like a clone of a clone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, dude, and like that's so fucking convoluted. I'm just like, like,
It's really convoluted, but like I mean a lot of that shit, it's kind of convoluted because it's been going on. Warhammer's been around since the 80s, and you have like the people that write the books and write the lore. It's not one guy doing it all. You have like 100 or more different people all writing shit, and sometimes they mess up, and it's really hard to keep the continuity straight for that long and with that many people involved. So I mean, like, it seems like a lot, but a lot of it, like, it there's like general ideas you can have about Warhammer that, to keep in the back of your mind, but there's a lot of stuff that just really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like
yeah,
it's just like a random detail. Like, no, I do not know what happened in this battle, random named battle in this guy 40,000 years ago. What? No. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that shit doesn't matter. But if you ever wanted to dip your toes in, I don't know how many like novels you read, but they have a book series based on the Horus Heresy, which recently wrapped up in the last couple of years. There's literally like, including the tie-ins, there's probably like 65 books in the series. Like, it's fucking wild. Yeah, but if you read the first four novels, and they're really quick reads too. They're small books. Um, they're really fucking good, and they take so the way the Horus Heresy series works is the first like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 books tell like one kind of complete story, and then everything else in the series is like basically, oh, this is what happens on this side of the universe. This is another battle that's happening over here. So it's not like you have to read all 65 books, but like that those
Mm.
first few tell like a tight knit story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read at least those, and they're really fantastic.
Well, that's cool. Dude, I didn't even know there was a pre 40K like whole storyline, so I'm sure there's a lot more than that. The only other exposure uh that I want to, I don't think, obviously I haven't gotten into it, but I want to get into there's a Warhammer game called Dawn of War,
Mm.
and it's an RTS, like Halo Wars, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, shit like that. And I'm a massive fucking fan of I don't really like Age of Empires too much now that I'm older, but I am a massive fan of Age of Mythology.
Is
Like
that
that game is so good.
are like the Civilization games, the Civ games? Are those that kind as well?
I've never played a Civ game before, but I'm pretty sure they're very similar to
Okay.
like Age of Empires and shit like that. But like I think Civ is probably the most popular one out of all of them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I've played Age of Empires 2, 3, 4. I've played Age of Mythology. I've played so much of Age of Mythology. Like I will literally fucking I used to love that game a lot. Um, but there's a whole Dawn of whole Warhammer game like on that whole gameplay like loop where you have your villagers. They do your town hall, then your town hall can upgrade into like a militia, an archery, a horse stable, and then from there you can start branching off into like castles, upgrading your troops and stuff like that. But it's instead of it being like villagers and shit like that, it's you start off with the space like space marine squads and shit like that. And like if you ever look at videos, it's just awesome to see. Like you like zoom out of your fucking like out of the map and you just see a fucking war going on between the Necrons and like the Space Marines and shit like that. It that game I feel like I would enjoy a lot more because I obviously know that whole gameplay loop more than Rogue Trader. But
Mm.
yeah, that game I've been really wanting to. I've been looking into getting it, but I want to give Rogue Trader a fair try before I do.
I think our taste in games is very different, dude. You're into, from what I understand, you're into a lot of very technical games, and I can't get into shit like that, man. Like Baldur's Gate is one thing because it's like, I mean, it's D&D, but it's like very I wouldn't say straightforward, but it's kind of streamlined for an audience to get into something like D&D, right? But stuff like Civ games and like the what you were saying, the RTS, like I'm not familiar with that kind of shit, but like it just seems really out there, and like there's just a lot, man. Like,
Yeah.
or even like
It-
Rogue Trader, like those kind of games are like those are pretty fucking nerdy, bro. Like I can't get into those, man.
yeah, no, dude, I don't know what it is. I just
Or what's that one that you
like
were playing recently with the you had like your pipeline or whatever?
Factorio. Yeah,
Yeah.
that game's too much for me. Like that fucking game is hard to like cuz it's all like you could make it as shitty as you want and like optimized as you want, but you could be smart and I'm not fucking smart and make it as optimized and as like so yeah, that game is just not for me. Like I bought it and I played a good 12, 15 hours of it, but it's just it's just hard, like
Mm.
extremely fucking hard. And I'm like ADD. I'll like delete my whole fucking base, redo it, redo all the different fucking like, dude. I should show, dude. There's some crazy fucking bases that people make and shit. And the whole thing about that game is just letting the factory grow. That's like the whole tagline of it. Like, the factory must grow is what they say. But I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I like all kinds of games, man. I like the Assassin's Creed. I love the Mario Brothers. I love um, you know, the Call of Duties, the Battlefields and shit like that. But I think where my love for like strategy games like RTSs and you know, like CRPGs and shit like that came from was the love that I have for Japanese RPG games like Final Fantasy
That's
and
what I was
Dragon Quest.
thinking. That's what I was about to say. I figured that was the
Y-
case.
Yeah, and I like my first ever RPG that I ever played uh was Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo. It was my dad's old copy, and it was like literally made for me. Like it's still my favorite RPG I've ever played, and it's a Square Enix game that's a Mario RPG, like a turn-based Mario RPG where it's short, it's fucking the old sprite graphics on the Super Nintendo are fucking fantastic, and the ending gets pretty out there, which it's not just like Bowser fucking takes Peach and shit like that. Eventually in the game, Bowser joins your party to take back his castle. It's fucking awesome, dude. I love that game a lot. But it wasn't until I got back from Japan and I really started getting into like Dragon Quest
Mm.
where I realized that like I just love games with like heavy strategy in them. Like cuz in Dragon Quest it's like the abilities in Dragon Quest and shit like that, like your clerics, your sages, your wizards and all that shit, they have like very weird like buffs, spells and shit like that to where like I'm not used to like usually in Final Fantasy you got cure which will heal you. You got antidote which will fucking cure your poison and shit like that. But in Dragon Quest there's like some very weird like stuff where you could kind of make your guys super overpowered. And I remember I played Dragon Quest 9 on the DS. And I like fucking fell in love with that game. And I just fell in love with the whole strategy around it and the whole feeling like it sounds weird to say, but I can compare turn-based RPGs to like Dark Souls in a way
Mm.
because like it's kind it, like in RPGs like you don't know the enemy's health or anything like that. You're just fucking hitting, taking turns and shit and you're just like hoping that they're about to fucking die. Well, like kind of like the same thing in Dark Souls where you're one health, the fucking boss is one health and like you're going in there and you dodge, you hit them, you win. And it's like with RPGs, I'll never forget. Like, there's this old school PlayStation One RPG called Xenogears,
Mm.
and I remember I was on the final boss, which is like literally God, like this weird orb type shit, and it was fucking amazing. And the whole build up to it was awesome as well. But I was so, um, I guess, underpowered for that fight, and there was no way for me to go back. So it was either I accepted my fate and lost the game, or fucking powered through it. And I remember I was on that final boss. I had all six of my party members. All of them were dead except one guy, and I didn't have no more magic, no nothing. And I fucking swung, hit him, and I beat the game like that. And I remember just like thinking like, dude, this feeling that I feel reminds me very much of like a Dark Souls game where I guess not so much a Dark Souls game, but just satisfying like a Dark Souls game.
Right.
And yeah, I after that, dude, I really got into like Age of Mythology, where like you're sending one army to this castle, another army to this castle. You're fucking upgrading your troops through your militia, and you're upgrading your archers through your archery. I don't know, man. I just like and obviously like Halo Wars and like which I'm pretty sure that's the only RTS that's like based around like a pretty popular game like Halo. Halo Wars was another game that I didn't get whenever I was a kid, but now that I'm older, they just grip me, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about those like heavy RPG because Rogue Trader and Baldur's Gate are definitely like the most in-depth like RP like or not RPGs like RTSs that are or not RTS like classic RPGs or computer RPGs whatever you want to call it that I've ever played. They're just so in depth and I kind of find like a satisfaction of learning those systems and manipulating them to make me fucking more powerful or, overcoming a crazy fucking obstacle. Because in Baldur's Gate, I don't know if you've ever played it, but there is so many fucking encounters where like you got a bunch of archers up on the second floor. All of you guys are pinned down on the bottom with like a fucking like a snake creature, and you just got to figure your way out of it in a turn-based fashion. And dude, I love Baldur's Gate, man. I would replay that game fucking any day, any day. That game is fantastic.
All right. See, the thing for me that I mean, like, I absolutely get what you're saying, and it's like it's different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, I don't ever really see myself getting into those kind of games. I mean, I then again I haven't really tried, but just like I don't know, that kind of stuff doesn't really interest me. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is the one where I mean, you've kind of sold me on it, and from what I've seen it looks like a really cool game, and that's the one that I would like to try. But as far as my taste in video games, man, I don't know. Like I've never been a big fan of platformers. Like I'm not a 2D platformer kind of guy. Never really liked Mario. You know, I could never really get past like the first few levels. You know, I'm like this shit's stupid. But I mean, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I love the aesthetic of a lot of them. Like and a lot of like indie roguelikes and stuff like that. Like I really want to try. I mean, I would love to try playing the Blasphemous games or. I was telling you how I wanted to play Gungeon or even like just shit like that, like the indie roguelites and indie 2D platformers or Hollow Knight and Silk Song, like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But it's just like not my thing, and that's one of the things too is why like Terraria, it being almost like Minecraft but like a 2D platformer kinda, I'd say.
Hmm.
Um, Never really got into Terraria either. You know, I have it and like we can play it sometime if you want, but it's just not my thing. You know, but as far as like the stuff that I like, it starts to get really technical and like as far as like RPGs and stuff, because I have no problem with pretty basic skill trees. You know, like if it's Skyrim or whatever, where it's like, oh, you level up, you put a point into this, and this looks like a cool ability, and you try it out. Like, okay, that's fine. But even stuff like the Souls game, the FromSoft games, whenever you start to have to try to build a build and put like, oh, I'm gonna put 2 points into Dex and then like 1 point into Endurance, and you have to try to figure shit out. I'm like, it kind of loses me. Or even like crazy skill trees like in Diablo and stuff. Like I could never do shit like that. Like I think I don't know. It's not that I'm stupid. It's just like that kind of stuff. It gets a little too advanced. I think where I'm just not into it, and I don't know, man. I just like some of my favorite games. Skyrim. I love Skyrim. It's really easy, honestly, and it's really fun to mess around with. I love Cyberpunk. Again, a very straightforward kind of skill tree. Like you can make a build around whatever. You know, you could put points into different things and make a build. Whether you want to be like a net runner, or like an assassin, or like whatever you want to do, right? But there's a point where it can get kind of out of hand, and I don't know. It just loses me.
Yeah, and see, like that's where we're different because I think the best part about Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Diablo, Path of Exile, Fallout, Skyrim,
Oh, do you play PoE?
yeah, PoE 2, I fucking played it a lot. That game is
That
too
shit's
hard for me though.
crazy, dude. I've heard some crazy things. Like that's one of the most in-depth games I've ever heard about.
Yeah, it's I never played the first one. I never been interested in playing the first one, but whenever this excuse me, whenever the second one came out, I was looking for a better Diablo than Diablo 4 because I liked Diablo 4, but I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. And PoE was um better than Diablo 4, but it was like Diablo meets the difficulty of like a Dark Souls. Like it was fucking dude, the bosses were like hour long bosses where if you fuck up one, it's just that game was extremely hard to where I couldn't even finish it. It was I was stuck on like act 2 out of 3 or something like that. Yeah, very fucking hard game. But the I don't know, man. I just love making builds. Like I think that's one thing that RPGs really like grip me on. Like Elden Ring, like the whole double katana bleed builds. Those are like some of the funnest fucking like jump
Those are
attack,
my
cause a
favorite
big old
because they're really they're like kind of a noob build, you know,
yeah. Oh, for
because
sure,
bleed
for
is
sure.
just so OP. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, and like you know, in like Bloodborne, I used to love running the uh like Ludwig's big old fucking blade. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like a massive fucking like gut style sword that kind of
Okay.
glows in a Kind of looks like the Moonlight greatsword.
Ludwig is the paladin guy, right?
Yeah, Ludwig is like the half horse, half like human looking boss. Very fucking cool
Oh,
boss.
never mind. That's not who I'm thinking. Never mind. I'd have to go back and play it or watch a playthrough or something, but never
Yeah,
mind.
but nah, man, like I love like build crafting in games like especially like in RTSs like Age of Empires, Age of Mythology. Like my favorite builds to run in Age of Mythology is a Zeus rush build where you pick Zeus as your fucking mythology of choice and you just make the most powerful fucking uh soldiers. No archeries, no horses, no nothing. You basically just make fucking Spartans from 300 and just rush their shit with
That's sick.
a couple of siege machines behind them to break down the walls and shit. I don't know. I just think that's a like to me when I get into a game, I need to have a clear like goal. I guess either if it's either finish the game, it's either make a good build, uh, like get a cool looking weapon, get a get to end game. I can't just like sit there and play like how I used to because I can still play them. Like I like Battlefield 6. I have like probably 20 something hours on that game, which isn't shit. But like to me, like or I don't like the style of um. Well, first of all, I don't really like battle royales at all. But to me, battle royales are some of the most like pointless, mindless, just brain rot type of game where you just load in, kill, load in, kill, load and kill, just like a Call of Duty multiplayer. But at least with Call of Duty, you could kind of streamline your experience with going after camos, going after gun unlocks, going after prestiges and shit like that. Like you want to get to master prestige, but like you know, like battle royales are like the epitome of fucking games that I just don't like. They're just there's no goal. You know what I mean? Like unless you're getting to the end of the battle pass, there's just really like
That was
no goal.
always my goal. It was trying to
Yeah.
finish out a battle pass or like a lot of times at least because I used to be big on Fortnite, which we don't have to get into because I know yeah I've seen that discussion before. We don't have to talk about no Fortnite, but like
It's not that I don't like Fortnite. I just I used to really enjoy Fortnite whenever the whole battle royale formula was fresh, but after fucking 8 years of it, I mean, it's the same game
well
that we've been playing for that long.
you know how like some of the battle pass skins you have to gain enough XP and do challenges for and you can like
Yeah.
evolve the skins. Yeah, that's what
Hmm.
I would used to go after, like completing battle passes, unlocking different like secret styles and like stuff like that. I don't know. But I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, and dude, I've been there. I've spent more money than I even want to admit on a Fortnite. Whenever I
Yeah.
was like in high school and middle school, or not middle school, but like in high school and shit like that. But no, I put my fair share into Fortnite, man. I have a good grip. I have a good grip of skins and a bunch of battle pass, finishes and shit like that. But like I don't know. I guess what I look for in a game is a game with like substance, I guess. And for me, like I know you don't like 2D platformers like you just said, but like to me, the newest Mario Wonder game on the Switch
I've heard good
was
things from people
oh
that are
man,
into that.
yeah, it's a incredible game. Like obviously it's 4 player co-op, so you can get that, you know, you can get that enjoyment out of that. But for me, I wanted 100% the game. I wanted to get every single coin or golden coin, purple coin, whatever you want to call it in Wonder. But I 100% of the game. And whenever you do, you unlock a special world that is like super advanced, like extremely hard levels that Nintendo make. Because I do like Mario Maker, but
That's
those
what I
levels
was
are just
gonna ask.
way too advanced for me. Like where there's people kicking shells off of walls, jumping off fucking like that's just too advanced for me. But I like a good like a good developer made fucking hardcore Mario level. And yeah, those that last world in Mario Wonder is really fucking hard, but really rewarding to get through. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just like I like all games, man. I really do. Like, there's very few games that I will not I'm willing to give anything a chance, to be completely honest. But there's very few games that I just would quote unquote not enjoy. Like yeah, I don't know. I just like what do you think is a normie like the normie like do you consider yourself a normie gamer?
Um, kinda, a little bit. Like I hate to admit it, but kinda, yeah.
So like that for you is like the open world like games like Assassin's Creed, Ghost of, either Tsushima or Yote.
I don't think those are normie at all. To me, I think when I think of a normie game, I think of sports games and I think of like multiplayer shooters, whether that be COD or Fortnite or Rainbow Six, like shit like that.
Mm.
Most multiplayer games I think are pretty normie because I mean most people like to play games with their friends, and so I feel like those are kind of the big hitters, you know.
Yeah, and especially like Fortnite since it's free to play.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah,
you'll never catch a normie fucking playing Age of Mythology or even Baldur's Gate 3 as popular as that game was, you
for
know.
sure.
I but then again, I really do owe my whole like CRPG love literally to that game because I fucking do I've told you this before. I think I've even said it on our pod before, but I do not like tactics games, like tactical RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics. Fire Emblem is literally the main like tactical RPG. What's another one? Tactics Ogre is another one. And I literally, bro, I've paid full price for Tactics Ogre. I've paid full price for some Fire Emblem games, and they just are they are not for me. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the art style. I don't know if it's the storytelling. Um, but I think it might be the storytelling because Baldur's Gate 3, for some reason, and I might have an idea, but that game just fucking totally took me away, man. Like I really, like literally, like I said, it's top 20 games I've ever played in my life. Like it's fucking that good.
Let me ask you this: do you think maybe, I mean, not to say that you don't enjoy a good story in a video game, because obviously you love stories, but do you think maybe the case is that I put a heavier emphasis on story over gameplay, and you have a more, like when you play a video game, you have a more gameplay centric mind, I guess.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because turn-based is very fucking it's you take turns. You know what I mean? There's not really too much depth. Obviously there is. You could make it as, in depth as you want, making builds and shit, but you could have it very much like turn, 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 and you could pretty much skate your way through one of those games. But like a game like a lot of the turn-based RPGs, man, really shine through their story. Like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 6, those games have fucking fantastic stories. And even like I was gonna say, like Baldur's Gate 3, it was both. Like really to me, what really, really gripped me was the fucking story. And I
Mm.
think that's why I don't like other tactics games like Tactics Ogre or Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem, is because those three games in particular are very um like medieval war,
Just
nothing fantastic.
bland.
Yeah, very well. Like you enjoy those types of stories where they're like political intrigue and shit like that, like Game of Thrones-esque type stories where it's like one house versus the other. I don't like stories like that, and I think
Mm.
Baldur's Gate 3 really fucking opened my eyes to like there isn't just tactical RPGs that are like that. There's like Baldur's Gate. They're fucking that game, dude. It is like full blown like high fantasy at its fucking peak. Like
Oh
swear
yeah.
to God, they're like so many memorable bosses, so many memorable enemies, so many memorable areas. Um, that I just in my one playthrough that I went through, and I don't know, man. Like I feel like back to your question, like I think it needs to be a either the gameplay needs to be fucking fantastic for me to really get into it because who the fuck plays Diablo for its story? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like even like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, like who the fuck plays that for the story? You play it for like the heavy atmosphere, the gameplay, the build crafting and shit like that. But I think it's like I don't know, man. Like I enjoy both sides of that coin. Like I like Baldur's Gate 3, like the gameplay didn't really get incredibly fucking good to where I was like addicted to it until like 60 hours in, which sounds fucking insane. But like it was until I was like 60, 70 hours into where I had like three different attack points, 4 different bonus points for each one of my characters, to where I'm like sending Astarion up to fucking snipe. I got fucking Tav fucking killing people down here with his fighter bonus. I have fucking Karlach down there double wheeling fucking act. Like, it was just like the story literally carried me through until I was really addicted to the gameplay of it. But I don't know. I think I like both sides of that coin like very much. Like, there needs to be either like 70% I'm really enjoying the gameplay, 30% the story, like whatever, or like 70% enjoying the story and 30% the gameplay, until it's kind of like a good balance. But I don't know. I guess that's a really good question. I really do need to like think about that, because, you know, even like a game like Zelda, the story is super fucking repetitive in all of them. And I think the gameplay really carries it. I think like the puzzle aspect of like Zelda as well, like keeps me like through it, like getting new items, getting the Master Sword, getting the hook shot, getting, you know, fucking better health. I don't know. I think it really just depends on the game, because I don't play Final Fantasy for the gameplay. I really do play Final Fantasy for the story, but I don't play Diablo for the story, and I play it all for the gameplay. So I definitely think I'm like on both ends of that. But then like you got games like Ghost of Tsushima, where both the fucking story and the gameplay are like firing on all fucking cylinders, where, you know, you get really like special games like that.
Well, I think what it really comes down to is that you're definitely more of a hardcore gamer than I am. Like at the end of the day, no matter which way you cut it, so you have a much more probably developed palate when it comes to gaming as well. Like you're willing to play all the kinds of games. I think my gaming palate is probably more underdeveloped, and I think back on this sometimes too, because when I grew up, gaming was kind of weird. I missed out on a lot because I mean maybe not my dad, but my mom was very like I was only able to play like age appropriate games. You know, like I wasn't like I remember I had friends in school that played Black Ops 2 when it came out. You know, like but I never had an Xbox or a PlayStation. I was definitely a Nintendo kid growing up. Um,
Hmm.
and like I missed out on playing some of the greatest games ever, like the Assassin's Creed, or like the old like good COD games when they were coming out. Or a lot of the greatest games that people talk about from the early 2010s, I just never got to experience until later in life, because we didn't get our first Xbox. Like it was like a family Xbox we got in like 2015. Uh, and I remember I had to like kind of low key secretly get my first Call of Duty game, which was Advanced Warfare, and I also got Black Ops 3. Um, but I was, and again, even after I got them, we didn't really have money for Xbox Live, so I would just sit and like make bot lobbies and just like sit there for 4 hours and get like 400 points on the board and just like
Yeah.
build different loadouts and stuff and just fuck around on the maps, like and
Yeah.
but to my point that I'm trying to get at is even then the things about Call of Duty that intrigued me the most when I played those when I was younger, um, was the campaigns. The campaigns, the story of it was always why I played COD, because I would just get invested. And I mean the COD campaigns, they're kind of whatever. It's the same shit all the time. But
Earlier ones were fucking really good though, I will admit. Like from Black Ops 2 down. I mean, Black Ops 1 and 2 were really good. Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare had a fucking great campaign. Modern Warfare 2 had a great campaign. Even 3 had a good campaign. But after that, they kind of started losing like sight on what made a good fucking campaign. I think I liked Advanced Warfare's as well.
dude, Advanced Warfare, because that was my first COD game, that campaign is fucking dope. And I've probably played through that campaign like 30 times. I won't even lie.
Damn,
Dude,
damn,
Advanced Warfare,
grind it.
I loved playing Advanced Warfare because me and my brother, because my mom, like once I got the game, my brother, he's younger than me, so it's like once I got it, then he was allowed to play it, even though when I was his age, I wasn't allowed to play it. But it's like, you know what I mean. But
No, I know exactly what
we,
you mean.
we
Are you the oldest?
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
so am I. No, trust me. I have a little brother too that fucking gets away with fucking murder when I couldn't even get away with anything
Yeah,
back
yeah,
whenever I was. I know what you're saying.
yeah, man. But I don't know. I think there's different aspects as to why my gaming taste is a little weird because there's so much shit that I still need to play that I missed out on when it was like in its prime, you know, like as it was coming out, just because I wasn't allowed to play it. Um, but like also because I wasn't playing video games as much, I would watch movies and read a lot more. I mean, not saying that you didn't, but I think the way that my brain might be wired is just I have a more of a heavier emphasis on story as
Hmm.
opposed to different, like the actual gameplay of it. Which is why I don't really care for multiplayer games as much. I much prefer to play single player like open world kind of games. And you know, once the gameplay becomes like, I don't know how to explain it exactly. Like once you have to focus so much on the gameplay that you kind of lose sight of the story. You know what I mean? Then that's when it loses me a little bit. But a game like where it's pretty equally balanced, if not the story having a larger emphasis, like that's why, you know, the Telltale games that we were talked about probably last episode. I mean, we've talked about it on and off. I'm perfectly comfortable playing those kind of games. It's extremely minimal gameplay. You're basically just playing like a movie or a TV show. Like,
Yeah, it's like a choose your own adventure, but set
absolutely,
in whatever universe that game is in.
for sure. I'm perfectly comfortable playing those kind of games. Like those are good games to me. Or like, you know, Cyberpunk, Ghost of Tsushima, where it's a very like the gameplay is amazing, but I think the story is what really makes those great. You know what I mean? I think uh I think there's multiple facets to the conversation, and you know, I respect you a lot just because I mean you've played so much shit that you know I haven't even played, and you're a big gamer, and you can get down and dirty and play some shit that I would never even dream of playing. But like
Yeah,
I don't know, I think it's interesting, man.
yeah. There's definitely like you know, we're just two different gamers, and I feel like I'm this very much the same type of gamer. Or not the same, but I can definitely get into the same games as you. I just think that you know, I guess going back to my childhood, I guess, dude, like whenever I was a little kid, I literally grew up with my dad giving me a fucking Super Nintendo controller, watching him play Halo 3, Halo 2.
See,
Um,
my parents never played video games, so
yeah, see,
I
so
see.
that's
I
probably
didn't
another.
grow up with it like that.
Yeah, and like I even grew up with my mom, playing the turn-based Mario RPGs on her DS, like Partners in Time, Superstar Saga, and shit like that. She was very big into Tetris, still is. Um, but yeah, like I grew up. That was my like my security blanket was my Game Boy SP or Game Boy Advance SP. Like I fucking I've been a gamer ever since I was a literal fucking infant child. So yeah, I just have vivid memories of my dad. He had his Super Nintendo hooked up, and I remember he was showing me how to fucking play Mario Bros. The original Mario Bros. But it was like the All Star version, so it's like the remake of the original. Um, but yeah, I have like such a deep rooted fucking connection with games, and I feel like as anyone does, like they kind of just look for the next best thing, whenever they're getting into some shit. Whether it be reading video games or, fucking drug addicts looking for the next fucking big drug or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Um, but I like getting into like games, man. Like I just feel like my palate has, because I was just like you. I have a memory of playing Black Ops 2 at my grandma's house where she didn't have any internet, just running bot lobbies, fucking 400, 500, 600 kills, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I just whenever I was like that too. I loved multiplayer games. I still do. Like I was just talking about Arc Raiders. It's a very very heavy multiplayer game. But as I grew older, I kind of just wanted something new, something different, something that gripped me more. And I think that's where the whole RPG, Diablo, Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout, um, all those types of RPGs came in, and then I think as I grew older and I had a very, very understanding of how these role-playing games worked with builds and shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I'm not a type of guy to where I play like Elder Scrolls and make my own build. Like, I can now, but like, I would just look up archery build Skyrim or fucking fighter build Skyrim, and I would just follow it like that. But it was always kind of like a dream where I'd be like, ooh, maybe I can make my own fucking build. And now I pretty much can, but like with a game like PoE, Diablo, even like Elden Ring, man, like I'll just look up builds and I'll do them like that. But that's like the cool thing to me about those games. And yeah, just getting into like higher and higher and higher fucking strategy games that require um more I guess like brain power, I guess you could say, than just fucking I hit, you hit, I hit, you hit, I hit, you hit. And I think that's where my love for RTS. I'm not like in love with the whole genre, but I do love fucking RTSs. I love CRPGs. I love turn-based RPGs, but that doesn't take away the fact that I'm just a gamer, man. I'll fucking play Mario Bros. I'll play Metroid is another one of my favorite fucking game franchises. I'll play Animal Crossing. Dude, I'll play. I'm a massive Pikmin fan. I'll play Pokemon. I'll play fucking um. There's just very like little games that I will not give a try. Like Hollow Knight, not for me. I know people fucking love it, but that art style is awful in my opinion. I do not like that whole bug underground like just does not speak to me whatsoever. And neither does like the whole because you always hear people love Persona or
Mm.
Metaphor ReFantazio and shit. I do not like that fucking style of game. Even though I do love turn-based RPGs, I don't like that whole life sim mixed with a turn-based RPG. Like I fucking can't. And I've tried. I've tried to play Persona 3. I've tried to play 4. I've tried to play 5. I've never played Metaphor ReFantazio, but I just don't like. First of all, I don't like that art style, which is funny because I like anime and manga and shit. But I just can't get into that whole like. Literally, the game is 75% life sim where you're talking to your fucking schoolmates and going around a coffee shop and shit, and then the
Almost like
30%.
a, what do you call it? Like almost like a visual novel kind of.
Very much so. Very, very much so. Um,
Hold on,
I just I don't know.
sorry, Cameron, give me just a second. Sorry.
Ah, it's all good, bro.
All right, we're good now. I swear I need to get one of those like I need to put some on my door that's like on air. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Recording currently or some shit.
yeah, for real.
That's all good, bro. No, I
I don't even.
fucking
What
I
were you
live
saying?
alone, bro.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry.
nah, no, no, it's all good. I was like, what was I saying? I don't know. I'm just a gamer, man. I love just as much as I'll give a series like Chainsaw Man a try, I'll give a series like One Piece a try, or I'll give a series like you know Watchmen a try, which I very controversial. I haven't finished Watchmen, but I just did not like the way. Have you read Watchmen?
No.
Yeah, no. I super fucking slow. Uh, just boring. If I gotta be completely honest, which is such a fucking hot take. Which I've only read maybe 4 or 5 issues of the entire run, which is 12 issues. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm always willing to give stuff a try. Like I have that Batman Telltale series wish listed. I
I'm
I bought The
telling you,
Walking Dead
bro.
wish listed. Yeah, and I was thinking about starting up that Walking Dead game this weekend, but Rogue Trader was the one that I ended up going with. But if I end up dropping Rogue Trader, which I might, I'm not really feeling it too well. I'm probably gonna definitely give the Walking Dead run for its money, and I do have a feeling that I might do a whole Baldur's Gate 3 on me and break me into that whole Telltale world.
Well, I was gonna say
Besides Walking,
if you end up liking The Walking Dead, you've got to play the Batman. I think that's gonna be the deciding factor is if you like The
yeah,
Walking Dead.
and I have a feeling I really will, dude. Because now, not like now, but I've always known that it's always been like a choose your own adventure type story, much less of a video game. But now that I'm like going into there with like if I could read a goddamn fucking comic book, if I could read a 41 book series or 43 book series, then I could fucking play a video game story. You know what I mean?
For
But
sure.
yeah, I so besides Walking Dead and the Batman, what are other like really highly regarded Telltale games like besides Dispatch and what is it, Wolves Among Us? I think those are the two that you have
So,
been trying to get.
Wolves Among or Werewolf Among Us or whatever it's called, I've not played. In fact, I haven't heard much about that at all. But I think that was like their first game they did. I have to go
Mhm.
back and play it. I'm not familiar with that one at all. I've heard amazing things about the Walking Dead one. I have it. I need to get to it. The Batman one, I actually bought it the other day. It was like 10-15 bucks or something on Steam. I went ahead and got it because
Yeah, I think it's 15.
I played Dispatch, which I want to briefly talk about. I beat the game,
Oh yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I
Peak.
was wondering how that shit was because I was like I was confused when you said you finished it because I was like, isn't there only the first two episodes out? And I'm not a fan of the way like I would very much rather experience the whole story instead of fucking like Walking Dead waiting for season 2, waiting for season 3, 4 and so on and so forth.
Well, the
I was confused when you
episodes
said
the episodes are a little different from the seasons because like you can think of the seasons almost as like a second game, like because the seasons come out like it might be a while for season 2 to come out, almost like like a show, right?
that.
But
Hmm.
the episodes, at least for Dispatch, they came out really quick. Like they release 2 episodes every week, and there's
Oh wow.
8 episodes. So the whole first season was out by the end of the month, pretty much.
Oh, so there's going to be more than one season on that game.
Hopefully, I mean, it left with kind of like open ended, like, um, and like the developers have said like the game performed super well, so they're looking at doing a season 2, which I hope they do. Because dude, I got so invested in the story and the characters by the end. Like, um, but before I do get the Dispatch, to answer what you were saying about Telltale, um, might sound kind of stupid and childish, but Minecraft story mode, dude, this shit's fucking peak, bro.
Is it good?
Again, it's like Minecraft, but the story, dude. Again, the story writing, the writing is just fantastic. Man, I loved
Yeah.
Minecraft story mode growing up. It's so cool. It's such a awesome take on Minecraft, and it's what I wish I wish they would have done something similar to that for the Minecraft movie instead of giving us the slop that they gave us. It should have been something animated and badass like Minecraft story mode. Like it's probably the best Minecraft content that has ever come out. I swear, it's fucking awesome. They did a Guardians of the Galaxy, which I haven't played, but I've heard pretty good things about. Uh, and I think that's about it. There, because yeah, they did Wolf Among Us or Werewolf Among Us. They did Walking Dead, Batman, story mode, and Guardians. I
Also, wait. So Telltale is the studio name.
yes,
Oh shit. Okay.
that's
I was thinking that was the genre name.
no. I don't know what the genre is really called. I guess it's kind of like a choose. I guess choose your own adventure. I mean that's a good name, but no. Telltale is the studio that did all of those. But
Hmm. I'm
not
pretty sure there's a Borderlands one as well.
there. Yes, Tales from the Borderlands. That's the one I was missing. A
How
game.
do they get the rights to these fucking huge ass IPs?
Mm,
Probably just they want to get a game in that fucking type of genre, I guess.
I
That's pretty cool,
guess. I
man.
mean, if they have a cool story to write for it, I'm sure a lot of these not developers, but like franchises were down to collab. You know. But games that are in a similar vein that aren't Telltale, the Life is Strange games, again,
Mm.
at least so they kind of get weird, and I don't like them very much. Like the second game and onwards are not my style. They're for reasons I won't talk about on the pod. But
Yeah, I catch your drift. I catch your drift.
the first game and the DLC for the first game, bro, like again, the story, edge of your seat type of stuff, and it's like it's largely kind of like a, oh, this character will remember that, like whenever you choose
Mm.
like a dialogue option and you're like, oh shit, did I mess up, you know what I
Yeah,
mean, like,
yeah.
dude, I love that kind of stuff, man, and the story, the writing on those is just awesome, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you can, I'm really hoping the Walking Dead one kind of blows the door open for you and you're able to get
Yeah,
into
because
that, because there's
uh,
so much. Not trying to keep talking here. I'll let you talk in just a second. I just wanted to say there's a lot of really great story there that you haven't gotten to.
yeah, with the Walking Dead, if I do end up enjoying it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a pretty long game. Probably gonna be like around 30, 40, probably 50 hours, depending on because I have all 4 seasons and both DLCs, and I obviously want to do all the content. But the next game, if I do enjoy that style of game, I'll probably get into Dispatch because it's obviously the most hyped one.
Bro, let,
So
let me tell
I, I
you.
I hear what you're talking. I want to hear what you're putting down on this fucking game, man. I hear really good things. I've seen clips of Moist Critical's voice acting, and I fucking can't stand it. I'm like, that dude is the worst voice actor I have ever fucking heard. He literally sounds like this. There's no range. It's just like,
Well, that's the kind of the character he plays too, though. I mean,
oh, okay.
so all right, let me tell you real quick. So at first, like I at first when I started the game, uh, wasn't it took a minute for me to get into it. Like I liked what they were doing, and it's a funny game. It's like made in collaboration with the Critical Role people. Um,
Oh yeah, because Matt Mercer's in it, right?
yeah, he voices the main villain. Uh,
Oh, sick, cool.
yeah, I love me some Matt Mercer. He is such a
Yeah, for sure.
cool dude, man.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but like I wasn't like super feeling it. Like it's like whenever you start up like a new TV show or something, it takes a little bit. Like that first episode's very much like a pilot, kind of like getting you introduced to the world and setting things up. And episode 2 was a little bit more. So the first episode's very narrative heavy. Like it's more setting up the story. Episode 2, like it gives you a tutorial, but episode 2 is more pushing the gameplay, which it's not very heavy gameplay at all. You still have to like try. Um, the gameplay is kind of hard to understand, or not understand, but explain. It's like partly kind of a puzzle game, but like some of it is memory based. Like you have to remember different inputs and like almost like like a memory game kind of deal. I don't know. You'd have to play it, and you have to kind of manage your resources a little bit, and like you can upgrade your different characters and different skill points based on how much you use them. Like, but that I mean that stuff is relatively unimportant to me because, like I said, I'm definitely a story first kind of guy. But
Yeah, you're in it for the story.
for sure, dude. And come episode 2 and 3, man, it really hooked me. And by the end, like some stuff happened. Again, no spoilers because I want you to play that, man. No spoilers, but yeah, dude, I was fully invested when shit would happen. I was like, no, like you know what I mean, like reveals and stuff like that. Um, so I played the first episode the day it came out. I enjoyed it, but I was like, there's only 2 episodes out. I'll wait. And then so I waited a few weeks, and then the whole first season was out. And I kid you not, dude, I played episodes 2 through 8 in the same day. Like I binged the
Oh
game.
shit.
It's a very bingeable game. Like I
Yeah.
think I played episodes 2, 3, and 4 in like one sitting, took a break, and then finished the game later on.
That's
Dude,
such a good feeling, man. I love when fucking games do that, dude. I love whenever you're just time is irrelevant whenever you're playing these games. You're just in. You're in it.
well, like, dude, cause it was a morning where I had to take Kayla to work, so I had to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. I took her to work, and she works right around the corner. So I came home. It's like not even 6 a.m. yet, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Dispatch is out. I've heard like people were telling me like the ending is out and it's crazy. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, and so I got through like the first few episodes and it's like 7:30. Like I'm sitting here and my alarm went off as I'm playing and I'm like, get that out of here. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm playing it, man, and I finished it that day. Like and getting to the story though. I mean, I guess I'll give you like do you have a general idea of what it's about or you?
I think don't you it's called dispatch, so you're dispatching a bunch of different heroes to these different, kind of like a whole what am I trying to think of here? Like kind of like a Nick Fury type of shit, right?
Yeah, kind of. So, let me break it down for you here. So you're playing as this character. He's a superhero called MechaMan, and he's voiced by Aaron Paul, who's like Jesse Pinkman.
Which that voice acting is fucking incredible. Like you can't even tell that it's him unless you really hear like the whole Breaking Bad esque type of
Well,
shit.
he's you remember Powerplex from Invincible?
Powerplex.
The guy with the electricity powers who kills his
Oh
wife.
yeah, yeah. He has like the red suit with like the thunderbolt in his chest. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Aaron Paul voices him in the show.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So but anyway, yeah, fantastic. His voice acting job was amazing in that game, and basically he doesn't have any superpowers, but he like drives this mech suit that's almost like some real steel type shit, and
Mm, that still is awesome.
yeah, dude. That's what the suit like reminded me of. But like
Yeah.
he sits in it and like punches and shit. And basically his dad gets murdered, and this is all like in the first episode. You learn that his dad was killed um, by the leader of this group called the Red Ring, and this villain is called Shroud, who's voiced by Matthew Mercer. Um, and so basically the whole game he's trying to figure out, he's trying to get his hands on this guy that killed his dad and take down the Red Ring. But at the very beginning of the game, the Mecha Man suit gets destroyed, and his like the core that like powers the entire suit that his dad created or like his grandfather created or something goes missing. So the whole game up until like the end is you kind of have like this gig that you're working while on the flip side you're trying to rebuild this suit so that you can get back out into the field and like be a superhero. So you're just a normal dude and you're working this dispatch job, and since you don't have powers, you can't be out in the field, so you still like want to help by dispatching your team of superheroes. But they put you in charge of this team it kind of reminds me of a little bit like Chainsaw Man, where it's kind of like the special team. You know what I mean? We're trying some weird shit. We'll put you in charge. You know what I mean? It's almost like a Suicide Squad kind of thing because they're called the Phoenix Project, and it's former villains that are kind of in rehab and they're trying to reintegrate into society and put their villainous past behind them and become heroes. So you're basically leading this team of a bunch of delinquents and like
Like the Suicide Squad.
pretty much very much like a Suicide Squad,
Okay.
and they don't like respect you at first, so it's all about kind of like putting this team is like a terrible team. Like they don't work well together at all, and like it's all about you building that respect and trust with your team and like building that camaraderie. And like these characters are total douchebags and like bitches, dude. Like they're terrible people, but by the end of the game they're like ride or die. You know what I mean? And like You
Yeah,
absolutely
no, I
love these characters by the end of the game.
mhm.
And there's like different romance options too, which I mean, shit. I like, hey, listen. I love me a good romance story. Like when it's like I wouldn't read just a romance story. Like that's kind of gay. But like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
have a good romance like within like a cool like superhero story or like a fantasy story, I'm all here for that. I'm low key a drama queen when it comes to that shit. So you know the little
Well, to me,
romance dialogue
that's
options, like shit.
some of the best parts about my favorite stories. Like Berserk is very much a fucking love story, which is like it's just, and like to me, my favorite part about Baldur's Gate was the romance in that game, which is
Okay.
like the weirdest thing to me because I'll never read no fucking actual romance.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
never like in like Persona games. There's a bunch of fucking romance. I'm like I don't give a fuck about that. But literally the best part about some of my favorite fucking pieces of media or pieces of fiction is like, dude, Karlach is my fucking baby, bro. I loved that fucking girl in Baldur's Gate 3. Like, bro, I was fucking streaming tears, crying like a fucking bitch at the end of Baldur's Gate 3. Um, just yeah, I could definitely see I could see myself liking it because I wasn't even like sure on the whole premise of the game, but it
It
definitely seems like it has a whole mystery aspect to it as well.
it's got. Did you ever watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
No, I didn't. I hear it's really good though.
It's got kind of an Edge Runners vibe. That's what it gave me. It's like a mixture of like if you were to mix Cyberpunk Edge Runners with Invincible and maybe even a little bit of The Boys, just like not over the top and shit, but just a little bit. Um, that's what you get, and it's really freaking cool, dude. And that's one of the only video games where I tell you I was laughing out loud. It's actually pretty fucking funny. Like
Yeah.
there's this scene, I won't give too much away, but you're in this bar and you're at like a super villain bar, and this bar fight breaks out and people are fighting each other, and the character that Jacksepticeye voices is this, his name's Punch Up, and he's this very short little midget Irish guy, but he's super strong and he's like a brawler, and his whole, because he's like at a height disadvantage, his whole thing is like he goes up to people and punches them in the dick. And then just like disables people, like oh, like and, like he's just
Yeah,
in a bar, in the bar, like people are brawling everywhere and he's just punching people in the nuts. Like
that's
dude,
fucking
this
funny.
shit's pretty funny.
Yeah.
The humor throughout it, like it's a very adult game. I'll say that there's some spicy stuff in it, and there's a lot of vulgar. Like it's not a kids game whatsoever. But dude, that shit is so funny, bro. You
Yeah.
should, if you, again, between Telltale, Batman, and Dispatch, like those, that style of game. If you like The Walking Dead, you've got to play both of those, bro. They're
Yeah.
wonderful.
I yeah, I'm 100%, man. Like I'm gonna go in there 100% willing to give it my fucking all with trying to enjoy it. Like I said, I do have a feeling like these games are gonna be a lot more than I expect them to be. Like they're gonna be very much like I need to know what the fuck happens type of like storytelling. And especially with a world like Walking Dead, I feel like the whole series proper was very much like that, rooted in like a whole like cliffhanger esque type of thing. And yeah, I loved Invincible, and that game looks like an Invincible universe story in my opinion. So yeah, I'll definitely get around to it. I like I said, I'll The Walking Dead, man. I just talking about this game, man, makes you really want to check it out just tonight. You know what I mean?
Hell
Like
yeah.
after this pod, I might load it up, man. I might load it up because I'm not enjoying Warhammer as much as I want to, and I feel like The Walking Dead should be you know, maybe like you're saying, maybe blow the door open to these this genre of game.
I have played the first little bit of the Walking Dead game. I think I played the first season. maybe. I think I don't remember. I know I've played like the first little bit of it. If not the first season, then the first episode. I don't remember. It was like free on Xbox for a while. Like you can on Xbox in the store, you can get the first episode like free on each one just to like try it out, I guess. And I remember playing that, and it starts off a little slow, uh, but dude, it gets pretty good. And I mean, I didn't even get into the thick of it, but it was very good. I would love to continue with it. Um, but yeah, one
You know what?
what's up?
Go ahead. Sorry. Go
Uh,
ahead.
just one more thing that I forgot to mention. With the Telltale games, there is like it's a interactive story kind of thing, but there are parts of it where you can actually walk around and like you control your character and like you kind of have to examine your environment sometimes and like find clues and like stuff. With Dispatch though, that is not the case. It's completely like you're playing a TV show. Like there's no you don't move your character around at all. Like the gameplay doesn't come from that whatsoever. So
Okay.
it's a little different in that way.
Yeah. Okay. And just hearing you talk about Dispatch, talk about Walking Dead, talk about Batman, Baldur's Gate 3 is literally that.
Oh really?
Just with a very much in depth, not in depth like crazy, but a very much, uh, you know, instead of it just be because literally Baldur's Gate is a choose your own adventure. Like this character will remember that, or you know what I mean. Like full blown characters can get killed off if you make like there's a companion that you meet extremely early on in the game. His name's Astarion,
He's the
and you
vampire
could
guy, right?
he's a vampire character, correct? And you could literally say one wrong piece of dialogue and he will be gone for the entirety of your playthrough. And if you make the correct choices, he'll be with you for the entirety of the game. But kind of like a slight spoiler, but there's full blown. Well, every companion has their own quest line and
Like One
their own
Piece.
like exactly, and their own backstory and shit like that. Well, there's full blown like character arcs where like Astarion, for example, you could either I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's full blown like choices that you can make for Astarion that either make him the villain for potentially Baldur's Gate 4, or he could become, you know, something else. It's hard to explain. It's hard to tiptoe around it without giving full blown spoilers, but his quest line in particular was probably it's not even a main quest. It's full side content, but his storyline was almost rivaled the full, the main story quest of that game. There's like it's such a like dialogue, not like dialogue heavy. I'm trying to like explain it in the correct way, but it very much is extremely similar to what you're saying, to where you're making these decisions that can change the outlook of the story or change the outcome of the story rather. And I that's what really made me fall in love with Baldur's Gate, was that whole like this game could happen in any fucking way. You don't know. It's all dependent on how you choose to play this game. You could be the bad guy. You could be the asshole. You could be the um the what do they call it in D&D, like the not the chaotic good, but like
Neutral.
the really no, like the good character. Instead of it being like good, it's like extremely good or some shit like that, like whatever. But like there's so many different paths that you could take through this game. And it very much reminds me of what you're saying with like Dispatch and Batman and The Walking Dead and stuff like that. It's just, if I like that part about Baldur's Gate 3 primarily, I feel like I'm definitely gonna jive with the whole Walking Dead, Batman and shit like that. I'm excited, man. It's a complete different, which I say different, but it's very much not different from the way Baldur's Gate 3 story plays out. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to check them out. Like I said, I might boot up The Walking Dead tonight, and who knows, I might end up fucking really getting into it.
Well, let me tell you this. if you play The Walking Dead and dare I say Dispatch and you enjoy it, you got me intrigued. I'll play Baldur's Gate 3. But I do want
Dude,
to
I
ask though. Should I get it on Steam or should I get it on PS5 and us play together? Cuz I know you don't want to rebuy it.
Well, it's crossplay, so you're covered on
Oh,
there. It's if I was you, I would pick it up on Steam so you could get all that, horsepower behind your new PC.
for sure.
Um, but I really don't mind obviously going back on my PlayStation 5 and playing it through there. But that game really like I played it single player and it's 10 times better playing with friends because obviously like would replace one of your companions, but it just adds another complete different layer onto the you know gameplay side of things. But I really do feel like, bro, you would love. I know you're not really like a big strategy or like a big turn-based or a big obviously like a tactics type of player, but I'm telling you, man, like if that's the only game that you do give a chance in that whole sphere of those games, like RPGs, turn-based RPGs and shit like that, I feel like that's the fucking game that would not necessarily blow open the doors like it did for me to where I'm willing to give all these other, CRPGs a chance, but it's truly it deserved to win game of the year for 2023. I'm pretty sure that's the year that it was. But I'm telling you, bro, you will fucking love it. If you're like a story first kind of gameplay second, that game is the epitome of that.
Okay, bet.
With still fucking incredible gameplay loop, super engaging. And then it's like one of those games where, obviously D&D and you probably, know more more than fucking the normal person, the average person on 5e, 5th edition D&D. But it's like one of those things where if like you're not kind of unsure on what type of character you want to make or what kind of, how you want to build a story and shit like that, there's YouTube videos that can totally guide you on stuff like that. Like Astarion, I ended up multi-classing him with a ranger and an assassin, and
Mm.
he was the most fucking broken character, and it was something I looked up on YouTube for a build, and I didn't make it myself or anything like that. It's super, I'm telling you, bro, I really do think you'll fucking enjoy it, really for
I'll
sure.
take a chance on it if you take a chance on the Telltale stuff or
Oh,
like
100%.
I think like you said Walking Dead is a given for you like if you play that. But I ask that you either take a chance on Dispatch or Batman. One of the two. If you take a chance on either one of those, then I'll play Baldur's Gate. And that's a promise, bro.
Yeah, for sure. If I know I'm probably gonna like Walking Dead, but I think the one that I'll check out is probably Dispatch because I do have like a basis on the whole like fucking superhero bullshit, like with Invincible and other superhero based stuff that I've read. But Dispatch definitely does seem like you kind of giving me the whole like inkling that there's like a whole mystery aspect around like his father's death and stuff like that. It's interesting to me. I definitely, instead of it just being like superhero team go do this, super team go do that, it definitely gives it like a whole like oh shit, like room for crazy fucking reveals and like backstabbing and
Oh,
I'm a sucker for romance in games like that. So I seen Invisible Woman. She's pretty bad, bro. She's pretty.
yo,
Who did you romance?
bro. Okay, so when the game started, I mean, Blonde Blazer is like the main chick, and I was like, I was going at it, dude. I was like fully prepared. That was like the romance option I was gonna go for, but then in episode two or three, I think episode two, you're introduced to Invisigal. And
Oh
well,
yeah.
at first, because she was once a villain, her name was Invisibitch, and but because she becomes like she has to become a good guy, they're like, let's change your name to Invisigal, and she's like, whatever, like, but there's kind of like this arc that her character goes on where, I mean, not to give too much away, but like if you try to romance the blazer chick, the blonde chick in the beginning of the game, she's very, to me at least, it seemed like she was very disinterested. So that's why I was kind of switched gears and went towards the invisible chick. But no spoilers here. But by the end of the game, I kind of fucked up a little bit and I ended up with nobody. So
Mm,
I want to
that reminds me of Witcher 3. You could definitely make that mistake in Witcher 3, where you don't end up with anybody. You end up just being that lone dog.
yeah, that's kind of what happened, man. I uh I made some mistakes because I feel like my first playthrough, right? I was very realistic. Like I was kind of because you can go all in different directions, and I think maybe the gameplay would be a lot more fun. But I was well, not the gameplay, but like the story would take a more drastic and more fun route. But my first time through, I just wanted to experience the game, the story, as if I was the main character. So I was in the middle for a lot of the game as far as the options. Like I tried to not be super extreme in either way. I chose options that I thought I would do. You know what I mean? But I want to
Yeah,
go back and replay it and kind of go all in like different directions and see how that changes the story a bit and see what ends up happening because it could end up being really fun. But even me kind of doing a little bit of a like a vanilla game, like kind of a vanilla choice. I
yeah,
think the story was still superb. It was fantastic.
bro. I totally fucking get what you're saying with like RPG. I mean, I know it's Dispatch isn't an RPG, but it's like instead of it being like numbers going up, equipping different shit, it's like a role playing game where you're kind of playing a role. I very much do struggle with doing what I want to do instead of role playing a specific fucking role, like being a really good character or a really evil character. Um, so with like Baldur's Gate going back, like kind of comparing, that style of game that you're playing right now in Baldur's Gate 3. I was very much like you, like very like, ooh, I like Karlach. I'm gonna go after fucking Karlach. You know what I mean? But I wasn't very. I never did any evil options. I never did any like super drastic options or anything like that. I pretty much was like just a good character, and I wasn't ever like, I went after the bad guys and I killed them. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna fucking side with the goblin. There's something crazy like that. Like, yeah, I very much struggle with that as well. Like, it's even in like Fallout games or like Skyrim, where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking role play this dick evil guy, but I end up just fucking going back to my, like you're saying, vanilla, very like normal, like, oh, okay, this type of, character that I'm role playing.
Right, because it's like you almost become that character. I mean, I guess that's sort of the whole point of role playing game. It's supposed to be immersive. Um, what's up? Water? No phone. Oh, your phone. Oh shit. Sorry. Give me just a second. I can't hear anything with these on, so I thought she said water or something and asking for her phone. What was I saying? Uh oh, yeah, like you very easily immerse yourself and you just kind of you're put into this world and it's like what would I do in this situation, because at the end of the day you're the person playing as, like you're the mastermind behind it all. So that's why even when I tried to play D&D before, it was difficult for me because it's like because you have an idea of the kind of character you want to play and sort of this character, that you have in your head, but when like ever you're playing it just ends up being you. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to be like
Role play.
right. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Uh, and if we ever do get around to it, which I really hope we do, whenever we do play Baldur's Gate 3 co-op, I'm not gonna influence any of your. I'm just a fucking companion.
Dude,
I'm behind you.
that'd be
I'm
sick.
with you on whatever you choose. So I just want to see how your game unfolds compared to mine, which obviously there's, a clear, quest path that I'm pretty sure
Right.
everyone goes down eventually. But it'll just be interesting because there's so many, like even playing with different players in Baldur's Gate 3, doing like, co-op campaigns and shit like that. There was such drastically different shit that I was like, how the fuck? I didn't know you could do that. And I played the game for 175 hours on
Yeah.
my save. So yeah, it'll I'm not gonna sway any of your decisions. I'm gonna be right behind you. Obviously I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it'll be fun, man. I back again. I really do feel like that game is right up your fucking alley. Like very much it's D&D, man. Me and you like that whole story-driven fantasy, and Baldur's Gate is extremely high fantasy. Like to me, Baldur's Gate 3 is literally as if you went to Barnes Noble, bought a D&D book, and made that book into a video game
Hell yeah.
to a T, like perfectly, because there's a very clear, God Hand-esque type of villains in the game where
What?
there's like three main, or fucking, I guess you could say four, like main villains in the game, and there's these things called illithids. I don't know if you know that in the D&D lore, but they're these like squid humanoid type
Cthulhu?
characters. Yeah, Cthulhu, exactly. They look very much like Cthulhu as characters, and you could either kind of strafe away from them because they're trying to help you at the beginning of the game, and you could either disregard them completely, fight them. But in my playthrough, I fully went into the whole illithid, like I jumped in, fucking cannonballed into that whole storyline, and it drastically changed my playthrough.
Is it is it kind of like in Bloodborne, where like if the more knowledge you have, the more of a like Cthulhu you become?
Bro, yes.
Okay.
Yes, because there was a point in the game where I played a like an elf. I didn't play an elf. I played a Githyanki, which I don't know if you know what a Githyanki is, but they're like green elves basically with
Is
like
it?
these black
Oh, it's
like
the
on their
main
face.
chick with the red hair.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So yeah, she's a Githyanki. I played a Githyanki as well, but at the end of the game, I was like, bro, I fucking looked completely different because I went into that whole illicit like style of gameplay. It is such a fucking showpiece of a story game. Like it is so good, man. I really can't wait until we do get around to it.
Do
I
they
might even just buy it again. It's fucking literally worth the full $70. I might just buy it again on PC and just fucking play with you on that shit.
do they have a lot of the D&D races that you can be?
Oh yeah.
Dude, cuz
Like the
I
dra
want to because when I played D&D the first time, my character I played a turtle. I would love to play a turtle, dude. I
I don't
love
think
them.
they have I don't think they have a playable turtle, but
No.
they have playable dragon knights or whatever they're called. They
Dragonborn?
have like, yeah, dragonborn. They have playable dragonborns. They have Githyanki, human, elf, high elf, fire elf. All like the kind of the basic. Um, I think there's even like fish people where you could be like these like weird ass little fish guys with like spears and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, back to what I say. I genuinely feel like that game is right up your alley. Like I think you'll make an exception for that gameplay, even though it's not up your alley. Like it never was up mine. But that story really fucking gripped me, and it made me a fan of that gameplay style altogether. Like I even want to go back and play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, even though they're like very fucking old and gross looking. But it made me want to go back and play those two because I was just so interested in that whole world.
Yeah. Well, hey, but I did. We've been talking about games this whole episode. I did want to touch on some comics while we still have some
Yeah,
time.
yeah, for sure.
Before we move over, though, I wanted to say one more thing about Dispatch. Without any spoilers, you know how I was talking about how, like, by the end of the game, my character didn't end up with anybody?
Hmm.
So there's a point in the game where I guess I kind of fucked up on because I was trying to be realistic about it. But there's this one moment in the game where you have to either put your team, like the betterment of your team first, or the love interest. And I was like, I gotta take one for the team, like I have to put the love interest on the back burner and make my team a priority because I didn't want to seem like a fucking simp, you know what I mean? So I had my team. I put the team first, and that bit. Let's just say that bit me in the ass, but it ended up being okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's probably why.
Yeah. I talking about this, I'm definitely after this pod. I'm gonna load up fucking Walking Dead, man. I'm excited to see what these style of game has in store for me, because yeah, after this pod I'm gonna load it up. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm not gonna play Arc Raiders tonight. I'm gonna load that up. Who knows? I might end up fucking playing till like 4 a.m.
Hell
But
yeah.
we'll see.
Awesome, dude.
But this is a comic podcast, brother. Let's get back into what we came here for after fucking an hour and a half of just chopping it up about video
Has
games.
it
Which is,
been
I
that
mean, like
long?
I said, I think it has been. I think we
Damn,
got
bro.
about 30 minutes left out of the 2 hour.
All right. Well, let's get in what we can while we're here, man.
Yeah, for
You
sure. And
want
it's
to?
not like we have a time limit or anything like that, but you know, like I think we even say at the beginning, it's a video, it's a comic slash manga video game movie. Like
Just a
it's just
nerd podcast, dude.
yeah, shit we love. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like the title of our podcast, like We Got Issues, can be applied to anything.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, so I feel like we're not. And that's like the beauty of this podcast, is that we're just fucking nerds, dude, just talking about what we love, and it's not like we're like a just a video game podcast where we're just like fucking talking about only video games. Like we can talk about whatever the fuck we want in the whole
Last
nerd space,
episode
which
though,
is cool.
dude. Last episode was also pretty video game heavy. I feel like we've been talking about video games a lot lately. But I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
and then me and you, bro, we love to yap, dude. We're yappers, so we could talk about this shit for
that's
hours.
why this
But
pod is perfect.
yeah, 100%. You can just get it out there.
You
But
want to talk about Hulk?
sure, bro. I definitely do have some shit I do want to say. Some good, some bad. More good than bad for sure. Um, bro, let's just take a look at this fucking art real quick. Look at
Alex
that.
Ross, bro.
Bro, the fucking look at this shit. I don't know if you could see it, but like, bro, look at that. Just absolute.
Hold
Okay,
on a second.
so let me.
Show me that. Was this dude's head a hand? Like, what the
It's like a
fuck?
spider.
Oh, like okay. Dude, it looked. They look like fingers. Okay, I guess I can see it. Like, look at it yourself. Is that a hand? Like, is his head a hand?
Yeah,
Okay,
very much it is a hand.
okay.
But yeah, I have some shit I want to say about this book, bro. Where the fuck is my? Oh shit, it fell down. I have some shit that I want to talk about with this book, because I have some stuff that I find absolutely fucking incredible, and I have some stuff that I don't really find incredible. Uh, yeah, yeah. So first of all, the art. It's not Alex Ross art, obviously, but the art is fucking awesome, awesome, awesome. Probably, I hate to say it, bro, but I don't hate to say it. This is the best Marvel I've ever read,
Hell yeah.
without a doubt. Like, Spider-Man and Wolverine is probably like a top three. I really do enjoy that gimmicky series, but I did drop it because I want to get the collected editions of it. Uh, but this, without a doubt, first of all, solidifies the reason why I'm moving away from single issues, because there is very much like a 1, 2, 3 issue kind of span where I'm like, yeah, if I was picking this up monthly, I probably would have been like, when the fuck are we gonna get to something? But since it's in a collected edition, I feel like I could just go through it, read it, get to the good part. Bro, there's some really fucking cool parts in this book so far. I'm only about 20 issues. I'm on issue like 16 of the actual Immortal Hulk run, but in overall, like with all the tie-ins and shit like that, I'm probably like on issue like 21, 22, something like that. Um, there is some absolute, so like this whole like section, I'm not like here yet, but this whole area, which I have been there, is absolute, first of all, nightmare fuel. And just absolute, it just gives Hulk room to be an absolute fucking badass. I'm not gonna spoil what the whole place is, or anything like that, but I feel like I I'm just in for this ride, man. Like it's just very much like a whole like, it has a lot of commentary on like trauma,
Oh yeah.
childhood trauma, um, current, you know, modern modern age trauma. Like I feel like there's so many like characters. Like there's a character. Do you know what this character's name is? Which I had it. I googled it last night, but he's that guy with the
The
you can't
leader.
fucking see it. He's the guy with the
Oh,
thunderbolt on his chest in the red. You can't fucking see it. I'm trying to get it to where it's not. That guy right there. he's apparently like a pretty big hero in this story.
Oh, I've heard of that guy. He's like almost like his conscience, right? That's like he.
Well, he's Hulk's therapist in this run,
Yes, yes.
and he is fucking really cool. I don't know what his name is, but he's super cool. But I feel like I don't know if it's because I'm like an idiot, but I feel like the whole like way whoever wrote this run, the way he tells it is kind of like hard to follow in a way because I don't know if it's just
I think
I want to say
that's kind of the point, dude.
yeah, it just moves like extremely fast. Like it
Mm,
moves really really fast to where like, you know, you get the whole story beat is like Hulk is immortal, he can't die. So with that he keeps resurrecting fucking Bruce Banner. And Hulk and Bruce Banner are on the run and they're not really believing that Hulk is actually Hulk and Bruce Banner is actually Bruce Banner. So therefore, you know, the Avengers go after him. And that's kind of the very basic like beginning of it. And they go after him, you know, something else happens and it just like it gets like very like Chainsaw Man-y in a way to where you're kind of like following this whole story arc, and then it takes a fucking drastic left turn where you're like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? And it's kind of like up for interpretation on what is happening, and I'm kind of battling with I don't know if I'm supposed to know what the fuck's going on or if I'm supposed to be like kind of I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm enjoying this fight right now. You know what I mean? And
that's kind of how that's how I felt reading the end of Chainsaw Man.
okay, yeah, so that's kind of like how I'm feeling like I love what the fuck the art is presenting. I love the fights. Um, and there's specific one-on-one fights that Hulk has with other Hulk-esque characters um, that are absolutely incredible. Um, this last arc that I just finished, it's very much like a dreamscape type thing. So Hulk ends up fighting another Hulk type character, and it just ends incredibly because you know Hulk is kind of at this point. So in this run, Hulk has like gamma um, absorption powers. So where if he goes to like grab someone, he squeezes them enough, he'll absorb their power.
Mm,
And you know he's down bad in this last arc, like super skinny, weird looking, like just totally frail. And he fights another like Hulk humanoid ass like gamma radiation monster, and yeah, it ends extremely well with like Hulk fucking hits the whole God of War fucking thumbs in the eyes and he ends up ripping them in half from there.
yeah,
It's absolutely epic. But I'm feeling like it's definitely having the Chainsaw Man isms in there to where I'm like I don't know if I'm supposed to understand this or if it's just supposed to kind of be like up for interpretation type storytelling. But so far, man, I'm eh, enjoying it very much so. If I had to give it like a rating so far, I'd got to give it like a 7.5, closer to like an 8. It's really good, and I just can't wait to see where it goes because there's some epic fucking parts where I'm like, oh my god, like type shit, and there's some character deaths as well that if I didn't watch the Robert Norton Hulk movie in
Edward
like
Norton.
2000, Edward Norton, I said Robert Norton. Oh yeah, Edward Norton
It's
movie.
all good.
I
I
probably
was
wouldn't. No, it's all good.
that
But no,
Robert
I probably
Norton.
wouldn't
That's
know
his
the
cousin. That's
significance.
his cousin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we'll say. Nah, nah. But if I didn't know some of the significance of you know, some of the characters in that movie, I probably wouldn't understand the significance of them in this story. But since I do, some of the character deaths in here are like, whoa, and it is surprisingly fucking M rated for a Marvel comic. And I feel like that's what a lot of people really like this story for. Is bro, people are getting like blasted in the fucking head. People are getting ripped in half. Like like there's literally one section in the first 20 issues where Hulk is dissected into like 20 different parts of his body. Like his head is fucking cut off, his arms are cut off, and this like scientist is like talking to his head, and he like looks at his hand and Hulk's fucking flipping him off,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is the type of Marvel I enjoy. Like very much it's like it's not it's M rated for sure. Like there's
Okay.
it's awesome, man, and I feel like I'm definitely in for a good ride, but this is something where I'm like it very much solidifies my the reasoning why I'm moving away from single issues because there's a lot of like I said like maybe like single 2 3 issue parts of this book where I'm like I would not have been satisfied if I was really like caught up monthly with this single issue run, but since it's a collected edition and it's the full run I could totally look past that and just kind of appreciate the whole buildup instead of having to wait month and month and month after month for something to happen. I'm like, I'm there. I'm already getting into it. You know what I mean? And I feel like the pieces are falling a lot quicker and a lot more satisfyingly than I would be if I was reading it on a monthly basis.
For
But yeah,
sure.
very much enjoying it, man. I fucking can't wait till you get around to it because there's some. I've sent you some pictures, bro, and there's some like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
my god,
awesome.
fucking sick, like double page spreads. Um, yeah, and it's not just like a street level like Spider-Man story, man. There's some real like cosmic battles that happen extremely early on in the series, and there's some tie-ins as well with like Silver Surfer, Namor, the Submariner, where
Yeah.
he becomes the fucking Silver Surfer. It's some
Damn.
really and there's so many like cool fucking actual like cameos in it as well. Like that guy's name is Doc Seismic is his name. I think that's what that character's name is.
Doc
I
Seismic?
mean,
Like Doc Seismic like is the dude from Invincible.
is that what his name is? Let me see. I
Remember
had
the
it
remember the old guy with the earthquake abilities?
yeah. I think I have that completely wrong. Hold on. Let me see. I have it saved right here. Uh his name is Doc Samson
Mmm. Okay.
is his name. And I guess I was kind of close. Doc Seismic, Doc Samson. Come
Hey,
on
you're
now.
almost there.
Robert Norton. Come on now. Nah. Anyway, but I'm not gonna talk in circles, man. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to see what else it has in store for me. And definitely, dude, fucking my favorite Marvel so far, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Awesome, dude. That's really good to hear. I'm very excited to get to that here soon. But just I don't want you to feel bad about that because about not maybe not understanding some of the stuff because from what I understand, having not read it, is Al Ewing, the writer, he is kind of an out there kind of guy with his writing, probably in a similar vein to Hickman, but maybe not to that level. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about not understanding some of that stuff. Like it gets pretty out there from what I've
Yeah.
heard. Um,
Now that you make that comparison between Hickman and Al Ewing, there is very much some Hickman-esque type shit in this, like East of West, Fantastic Four, like kind of esque shit in this book. So now that you say that, I could definitely see that.
yeah, for sure.
But I think it's a lot less Hickmanism than I guess actual Hickman books are.
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying
Um,
to say. Is in the same vein, but to a lesser extreme.
Absolutely, and I'm enjoying it, man. Like, okay, so now that you're saying that, I'm not gonna feel bad not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
Because there's very much like Chainsaw Man isms or like East of West isms to where I feel like I should know, and I don't know if it's because I'm not caught up with the current continuity of Marvel and shit like that. But yeah, I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm just on this train. I'm ready to fucking get. I'm on this ride.
for sure, dude. And I hate that feeling too. Just the feeling of not knowing and feeling like you're missing something. Cause like it really bothers me. Like a lot of the time when I was reading East of West, I mean, we've talked about East of West at length. Um, I really dig it. I love East of West, but it's at points it can be very frustrating to read because you're like it makes you feel stupid sometimes, where you're like, am I like literally retarded? Like, is there something like this key piece that I'm missing? But and whenever I feel like that, I'm always just like, it's probably like that a reason, like for a reason, and I just have to trust the process and just like roll with it. And I mean
Yeah.
that's how I ended up getting through East of West, which I don't know if you'll ever go back to. It's whatever, but uh, yeah, I mean, just with that kind of stuff. Same thing with Chainsaw Man. Like I've had to reread the last like 2 or 3 volumes of Chainsaw Man like 5 times, like you back to back. Trying to like really figure out what the fuck happened. But I don't know. I think that stuff is simultaneously very frustrating and intriguing at the same time. So it's not something that I don't know dissuades me too much, I guess. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm excited
And
for that Hulk stuff though.
oh, dude, it's fantastic. And where I'm at currently, like I could, you know, obviously there's a brand new arc starting in this story, and it's very much grounded again. It's not like as out there as shit like whenever Silver Surfer is in a comic, I pretty much know that that shit's gonna get a little weird.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's very much back down to um normal, not like street level shit like where the Thing is walking around, but like nah, it's getting grounded again, and I'm you know. It's not like I didn't enjoy. It's like reading the Hero of Hell and Chainsaw Man. It's not like you
yeah,
didn't enjoy it. You just didn't know what the fuck was going on.
yeah, for sure.
Um, so yeah, I haven't had a single part of the book where I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't like this. Like Preacher, where I'm like, am I like not enjoying this? I'm thoroughly enjoying the Immortal Hulk, very much so.
Awesome, dude. But hey man, let me get the what I read. Dude, I've been feeling iffy, man, because I want to get back to Berserk, and every time I look at the calendar, I'm like, damn, I need to get this read. So I'm gonna get. I haven't started reading Berserk again after Black Swordsman, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna bring it with me to school and read it when I have some free time, and try to focus on that tomorrow. But this past week, where is it? I posted a video today on my channel, but
Seen that.
I
Seen that.
read some Batman. Uh, Trying to read the Frank Miller stuff. Uh, Batman Year One. This was actually really good. If you have you seen you've seen the new Batman movie, the Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
A lot of it definitely was taken from this book, because this is, I
Okay.
mean, it's Batman Year One, so it's like very much like a Batman is young. He just became Batman. He's all of his gadgets feel very like kind of makeshift. Like he's very brutal with it. Like he's getting beat sometimes too. He's not an absolute master of his craft. He's still figuring shit out. And is a very gritty kind of Batman. But what I liked about it too is that in the comic, it's also very much like a Jim Gordon Year One, because you follow Batman and Bruce Wayne on one hand, him figuring shit out, and on the other hand, you're following Gordon as he just transferred to like the Gotham City Police Department from wherever he was, somewhere in Chicago or something, and he gets there, and he's a good cop, and he's a relatively good person, like, but he gets there and the police department is completely corrupt, and he's trying to do the good thing, and he's exposing this corruption within the police department, and he's getting like a target put on his back from like higher ups, and there's this whole kind of intrigue about the corruption in the city and how the police department, the DA's office, is kind of like turning a blind eye to crime and like the syndicates and shit like that. Like it's all interconnected, and then you see him being a good cop and building up this relationship with Batman, and it's like you see the first time Batman and Jim Gordon ever meet, and they're like, you're the Batman's like, you're the one good cop in this entire city, like you're the one person I can trust, and like they kind of build this bond where they can trust each other, and Jim Gordon kind of becomes a little bit of like his inside man that we see throughout the entire Batman mythos. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
just about building that groundwork. And if you're gonna read any Batman, I think this is an excellent place to start. Is
Yeah.
and the art in this, dude. I'm gonna see if I can show you a little bit. It's got a
Well,
very
it seems like Frank Miller definitely has that whole way of storytelling on lock, because the way you're describing it reminds me of his run on Daredevil. Haven't read it, but I always hear that that's kind of like very ground level, very kind of like coming up on this, found new power of wanting to bring, take crime out of the fucking streets and shit like that. It seems kind of similar on his run of what I very surface level of what I know on his Daredevil run.
so I can talk at length about some Frank Miller. And one thing that I really like about Frank Miller, and you're absolutely correct, but I mean, allow me to expand on that for a minute. Um, I mean, most people know Frank Miller from Sin City. Like, Frank Miller, his writing is very much crime noir, like, as the base. Like, it's very gritty and grimy, detective kind of shit. You're like big city murders, shit like that, crime, like a crime noir story, right? And
Yeah,
when he came to writing comics for the big two, he revolutionized the game, man, and just for comics in general, because you got to think the 60s and 70s were like the 60s definitely, but moving into the 70s, it's starting to get a little bit darker. But like in the 60s, comics were super goofy and weird and shit. But then when Frank Miller got onto Daredevil, dude, Daredevil was like kind of like a D-list character who's just like his comics were pretty shit. They're kind of stupid, and like his villains were dumb, and like it just Daredevil was not a good comic, at least in my opinion, from what I've seen. And I just don't really care for a lot of old comics anyway, and just I don't know, I'm iffy. But Frank Miller brought this new vibe to Daredevil in particular, and reinvented the character in a way that is definitely more dark and mature and gritty, um, dealing with a lot more of that, like not over the top and like very realistic. You know what I mean? Just like it's hard to explain exactly what I'm thinking, but I'd say Batman Year One is talking about Daredevil. Let me grab it real quick. If you ever want to start Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, Frank Miller. This is one of my favorite Daredevil comics I've ever read. It's Daredevil Year One, essentially. These two books are extremely similar, and I think Daredevil and Batman are very similar characters to begin with, in the roles that they play in their environments and stuff. But I mean, man, Frank Miller did the same thing with Batman, where he introduced this very like dark detective kind of gloomy kind of. You ever watch or see clips of like old crime noir films, like black and white gangster like type shit from back in the
yeah,
day?
yeah.
That sort of vibe, man. He just brings it to comics and changed the game, dude. And it's just really cool because I think, say what you will about Frank Miller, a lot of people don't like his stuff or some of his stuff, which I'm gonna get to in a minute because I did not care for this one, which is another Frank Miller. But you can like clearly see, like looking at the history of comics, man, where Frank Miller got onto the book, and then all of the books around him changed as well. He really paved the way for like more grounded storytelling and just a grittier, more mature feel, and not super goofy weird shit from the 60s like Frank Miller and Chris Claremont was doing that for the X-Men,
Hmm.
in the 70s when he hopped on, which I think Claremont still very much kind of goofy, but I think they both had a hand in like reinventing comic books. uh yeah, anyway, I'm going on a whole tangent. I love Frank Miller for what he did for comics, and Daredevil, Man Without Fear, and Year One, fantastic, very similar. But moving over to this is Dark Knight Returns. This is a very famous Batman book. Um, and let me tell you, man, I did not care for it whatsoever. Like, a lot of people love it, and I was talking to some people on Discord, and they were saying it's like top 3 favorite Batman books, and I'm like, damn, bro, like how? Um,
So this is I'm excited to hear this because I'm not talking like shit at all, but like most of the stuff that you read, you really enjoy.
yeah,
It's very rare that I hear that you didn't enjoy something that you would that you're reading currently. So this is I'm excited to hear this.
I thought this too, man, because I don't think I'm a very hard person to please when it comes to comics. Like, if you got it, you got it. Like, I like it. Um, I'm very easy to impress when it comes to comics, and I don't know. I get really invested in whatever I'm reading, whether that be a game or whatever I'm doing, like whether that be playing a game or reading a comic or a book. Like, I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like, if you got it, you got it. But this was not it. Basically, I mean, the general premise was really cool. Essentially, Batman decides, hey, I don't want to be Batman anymore, and kind of steps away from being Batman. He's just Bruce Wayne for like 10 or 15 years. And while he's gone, just being Bruce Wayne, not being Batman, crime spirals out of control more than it has before. It's basically back to being like Gotham was before year one, before he even became Batman, but worse. But worse. And so he's like an old man now. Like, well, not old. He's probably like 55, something. He's an older gentleman. And one day he's like, all right, it's time to put the cowl back on. And so he comes back, and it's all about this buildup. Because, like, he's like, I don't want to be Batman. I shouldn't be Batman. But then he snaps, and he's like, fuck it. Gotham needs me. And he puts that shit back on, and he goes out. And what's really cool is the way Frank Miller describes it. He's like, a lot of the kids and these delinquents and stuff weren't around when Batman was around. Like, they were too young to remember what Batman was, so a lot of them don't think Batman ever existed. They think he's like the boogeyman, like he's some myth. And so, because all of the adults and who are like older people now are like, oh yeah, that Batman from back in the day, man, he really helped our city. And so he comes back, and like he bashes some fucking skulls in it. Like, it's really sick. And they're like, oh shit, Batman is real. And Jim Gordon, he's like super old, and he's like, all right, good to see you back, Batman. And like, I don't know, it's just really cool. But what really got me, man, I liked that, like, the general premise, but the paneling, man, like, this shit is really confusing to read.
Oh,
Do you see this?
yeah. Yes.
That, I mean, it's not like
Is
that.
that like a constant between in the whole book?
No, but it happens a fuck ton.
Jesus.
I hate this, man. And you're kind of jumping between, like, there's different TV programs and different news reports happening, because it's supposed to be like a TV screen, but the text is above the picture, and like, sometimes it can be hard to follow. And I don't know if I'm just an idiot, but I mean, like, you have pretty normal comic paneling like this, but even like with the text on the outside like that, like, it's just kind of weird and hard to follow.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think it kind of took a while to get to the point. I do want to preface, I did not finish this. I only read the first issue, and they're like giant size kind of issues. Like, they're 60 pages long, or at least the first one was. And dude, I was like, you know what? It took me longer than it should have to read it, because I had to like force myself to read it. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah, it was you just weren't in it.
whenever I get to that point, man, like, I hate to do it. I'm very stubborn, but that, in the past, with reading comics and novels and stuff, I've always tried to power through it, and that's what directly leads to me getting burnt out and falling out of love with a hobby, is trying to force myself to do something I don't want to do, or read something I'm not enjoying. So this time around, I'm really trying to take an approach where it's like, if I'm really not feeling it, like, that's not to say to just give up, you know. But like if I'm really not feeling it, and just put it down and read some other shit. And that's kind of what I did. Maybe someday I'll come back to it and try to finish it. But Frank Miller's writing in this one just felt all over the place. The paneling made it hard to follow. The art isn't my favorite. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky. But then again, like, I'm not a hard person to please. And I don't know. It's just weird, man. I really didn't care for it, and I feel bad because it's like it's one of the most famous Batman books out there, and it's in a lot of people's like top 5, top 3, like even. But man, it just didn't get me, and I still really wanted to read some Batman, so I pick up this Batman omnibus, big motherfucker right here, and like, dude, This is the. I can't pull it down right now, but I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see. It's Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale.
I think I know which one it's the one with the cover. It's your profile pic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Flying through it, dude. I'm flying through it. Like, so it's, I don't know. Maybe some comics just aren't for me, man. Not every book is a home run. Like chances are I'm gonna like it. Some, like it's gonna at least be okay. But this is one of the rare times where I just didn't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I totally get what you're saying. Cause like, if you look at art, like let's just say a painting, for example, it resonates with people in different ways. And some people it won't resonate with them at all. And that's the beauty of art, is because people see stuff that they enjoy. It makes them feel a certain way, but sometimes it's not going to hit everybody. And it's a guarantee that it's not going to hit everybody. And it sounds like you're having a Preacher moment, but with that, like how I
Yeah.
didn't. Everyone loves Preacher, and I didn't really like it at all. I mean, I kind of did, but not really. And everyone loves in Dark Knight Returns, and that was even a book that I have on my you know eventual pickup list, which is that book. And yeah, I don't know. I like I said, art isn't supposed to appeal to everyone, but it might resonate with someone or a broad audience of people very much.
You very well may love it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, exactly,
I
exactly.
don't want to say you shouldn't read it cuz I want you to experience whatever you want to read, and broaden your horizons, but it's personal, like it's one of the few books where it's like I could probably never recommend it. It does not get the Luke MLGman stamp of approval. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
most
yeah,
books do, you know?
yeah, yeah. No, I agree, bro. I fucking yeah. I've been there. I had my Preacher, dude. So
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. And I guess going back to what you're saying, like if you're not feeling it and you give it a fair shot, there's nothing wrong with going to something else where you're going to read. And I guess I never really thought about it like that, where that's where a lot of the burnout comes from, is kind of forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do, and just powering through something. It's like you don't want to do it at all at that point, instead of actually looking for something that's your style, your you know your jam, I guess you could say. um and I feel like that's kind of the case with me in this Hulk book. Like, this is way more my fucking speed, my style than Preacher, bro. Like, really.
Right. I mean, and that's not a philosophy that I would apply to every part of your life. I don't want to come off as somebody who's like, well, if something's difficult, then you should give up and do something else. That's not what I'm getting at. Because I think I say I like to, but lift weights, right? It's difficult shit, but like I know that I need to do it, and I can't quit. You know what I mean? I have a hard time doing that stuff, but I try not to quit. That's something that I know that I shouldn't do. But or like, let's say school, like if something's difficult, you know, you don't want to drop out of school. You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
power through and get it done. But something like reading, like this is a hobby, man. It's something that I do for fun, and which is like, it's completely different than I think my education or my physical health. Like it's something where because I'm doing it for fun and purely for me and like my enjoyment, I can do like whatever I want. You know, I shouldn't
Yeah,
feel forced to have to power through something that I'm doing for my own enjoyment anyway. You know what I mean?
yeah. There's definitely a difference between necessities that make your life, or that you need to do in your life, or like hobbies. Hobbies like video games, reading, um, shit like that. Because obviously those are our hobbies. But I feel like that it definitely applies to like hobbies, in
For sure.
particular, because like with me with video games, I have dropped a lot, hundreds of video games where I'm like, dude, this is not for me. Like Dragon Quest 3, for example, didn't really like the ending. I didn't the final dungeon was just, I was not enjoying it. So I was like, you know what, man, I am just, instead of forcing myself to get through this and lug through this, I'm gonna just play something I'd rather play. And that's whenever I started playing Arc Raiders.
For sure.
So yeah, I definitely get what you're saying, and it's not like Blue and Gold, X-Men Blue and Gold. I'm 100% gonna read it. I'm gonna get around to it, but I just wasn't prepared for as much Claremont-isms that's in
Yeah.
it. Um, but now that I know what I'm gonna get myself into Blue and Gold, I'm gonna, probably enjoy it a lot more.
Especially,
Uh,
yeah, I think if you approach it in a bit of a different light, like now
oh
you
yeah,
know what you're going into, so you know how to properly approach it, you know?
yep, hundred
So
percent.
it's a mindset kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. But other than Batman, is that all you've been reading?
Pretty much, man. I mean, like I said, I need to get back to Berserk. I'm gonna give that another shot tomorrow. I say give it another shot, but continue is what I mean. Um, yeah, I flew through year one. Dark Knight Returns again took me longer than it should have just to power through that first giant sized issue. But I think either yesterday or the day before, maybe it was Friday night. I started this big guy.
Yeah,
I read so it's got like three or four different works of Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. I finished the first one earlier today or last night or something. Um, and I felt like okay, that's a pretty good stopping point. So I think I'm in a good spot to. I've had my fill of Batman for a minute. I'm gonna pick up some Berserk and kind of go back and forth from there. Uh, but yeah, man, that's about it for what I've been reading lately. From what I can remember, I mean, I was playing Dispatch, so that took up some free time on a day where I normally would be reading or whatever. But
yeah.
yeah, that's about it, man.
I Yeah, dude. I have continued on Berserk, and I'm just like rereading. Obviously we could save this for the, episode 2, the
Oh yeah,
review. But that whole like the whole maybe like 14, 15 years of Guts's life was very fucking hard and emotional to read through, even though knowing what happens. But god damn, fuck, it is never gets easier, and it doesn't get fun reading that backstory. It's very hardcore, very fucking uh, just sad, man. It's just sad, and if you guys want to go check out our Black Swordsman arc, what I'm saying right now definitely applies to that whole like beginning and why Guts is such a douchebag, and the whole coping mechanisms that he very much displays in that whole beginning arc is very apparent after reading just because Guts's backstory is very much like this moment of his life, fast forward 3 years, this moment of his life, fast forward 3 years, this moment of his life, fast forward 3 years, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it hurts reading that part, man. It's fucking sad. It's uh very real, I guess, set in like a kind of like a, I guess, a fantasy world. But yeah, it's still just hitting, man. I'm loving it. I am fucking loving it. And that art is just so good. It makes me want to read Kingdom, because a Kingdom is very much like grand scale battles, and that's very much like the whole beginning section of Guts' backstory. It's really good. Have you read that yet?
I haven't, man. I have not,
What
but
is,
I got it in the
I've heard
mail,
really good things. I've heard really good things.
dude. I'm excited to check it out. I feel like they come out monthly, So I might wait for a few of them to stack up before I dive into it. But yeah, everybody who I've talked to who's dove into that first volume said it was very good.
Yeah, and it's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's on like volume like 75 or something fucking insane like that. So I'm definitely gonna hold back on it for a while. Probably like the next couple years, I'll maybe get into it. Wait till like a good chunk, because I don't want to have another single issue type of feel where I'm like, I need more, I want to read more, and I feel like it just is leaving off on an unsatisfying note. Which I know volumes of manga are definitely good at like wrapping up a certain like kind of story beat at the end of
Well,
a
just
volume.
pick it up by arc.
Yeah, and volume one is not going to be like an arc, so I'm probably going to wait a couple of years, probably like a year or so, until a good substantial amount of those volumes are out. Yeah, but Kingdom is another one of those series where it's very, very, just like Baki. It's crazy that we're getting two of my most wanted Japanese series localized in English, or translated in English rather. Baki was literally number one, and Kingdom was my number two, which is fucking totally like mind-boggling that we're getting those in English nowadays, which is fucking so cool, man. I can't wait.
Before we wrap this episode up, I wanted to touch on a little bit of manga stuff real quick. So
Sure.
it was just announced, or I guess not Berserk. What am I saying? Dark Horse teased. I don't know if you saw that they're gonna announce soon their next deluxe edition. That their series they're doing, and a lot of people are hoping it's Gantz, man.
Nope, not gonna happen.
No,
I'm a firm believer that they're never gonna release a Gantz Deluxe. No fucking way.
I really want them to because I can't wait to read Gantz, and you've told me how much you love it, man. It
Oh,
seems like something right up my alley, but I don't want to collect those bricks, dude. They're so ugly to
oh
me.
yeah, and they're out of fucking print right
Are
now.
they really?
People are bro, I seen some poor fucking soul. He paid $110 just for volume 10 of the omnibus.
Mm,
Yeah, and I was like,
that hurts, bro.
fucking, I'm glad that I was able to pick mine up. So yeah, they're the volumes 10, 11, and 12 are out of print, and I'm assuming it's inevitable that the rest of them are gonna go out of print as well. And unfortunately, 10, 11, and 12 are really where the series like. Some people don't like that final arc, but I think it's the fucking best arc in the whole series. Anyway, but
Interesting.
I have no faith in Dark Horse that they're gonna reprint those in a deluxe form. No fucking way.
I
They did
hope they do,
fucking
man.
they did what is it? Lone Wolf and Cub? Like, dude, come
But
on. Like, what the fuck?
that makes sense though, because it's a manga, but I'm pretty sure it's old. Like
Yeah, it is. It
it's
is.
I'm pretty sure there's a Lone Wolf and Cub movie. It might even be based on like an old Japanese novel, but like the movie I think came out in like the 50s or 60s. So like that's a highly regarded like work of Japanese literature. So
Yeah,
to me
yeah.
it makes sense why that would get like some I don't know, good treatment, but I don't know, man. I'm
Dude,
hoping
hey,
it's
look,
Gantz,
trust
dude.
me. I want them to fucking do a Gantz Deluxe, but I have been let down like like they did Blade of the Immortal before they've done a Gantz Omni like a deluxe. Like they've
Yeah.
just done some and I know I'm coming with some bias because Gantz is like my second favorite series ever. Uh but man, I wanted just as much, probably even more than you do, but I have lost all faith in Dark Horse to fucking to do something like that with Gantz.
I feel like
Sadly.
though is now is a good time to be optimistic though. Like hesitantly so. I mean, I know you've got burned once before, many times before probably. But right now, I feel like it's kind of like a golden age, no pun intended, for for manga that's like we've been wanting this shit in English for a grip. Like
That is a good
we
point.
recently got the Climber, which a lot of people have been wanting. Viz is doing those in omnibus format. We've got Kingdom. We've got
Initial D.
Initial D. There's fucking what's it called? I mean, Trigun got the deluxe edition
Yeah.
treatment. Trigun, fucking what am I saying?
Baki.
Baki, and then we're getting Sunken Rock in April from the same publisher that's doing Baki. You know Sunken Rock, you know Boichi,
No, I'd never.
the guy that did Doctor Stone.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
has another manga, or I don't know if it's because he's Korean. I don't know if it's technically a manhwa or if it's a manga, but it doesn't really matter to me. Called Sunken Rock, which is apparently highly regarded by people that read it originally, but it's finally getting an English release in April. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I guess the people who've been waiting for Lone Wolf and Cub to get reprinted, they're getting that. There's a bunch of shit that's coming out.
Helsing.
Well,
Helsing got
Helsing
reprinted
was
in the singles.
oh yeah, in singles that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Boy or and City Hunter. I know those are two that people who I guess if you know, you know, kind of deal.
Yeah.
But like, there's a bunch of shit that's getting reprinted in the deluxe format and getting finally translated to English. That I feel like right now is a very good time. I feel like publishers might be starting to see the light a little bit, and I don't know, man. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I guess I could counter that with, first of all, Gantz isn't popular. Like, it's not like, it ain't no Trigun, it ain't no Berserk, it ain't no, I guess Lone Wolf and Cub rather. And then again, another point to my overall point is
Shit.
it's just
Sorry, I remembered they're doing the Vagabond, too. The deluxe editions.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about. I actually want to get those because I have a couple of the Viz bigs, but those are such shit quality that and Vagabond is a series that I know I'm gonna love and I want it in that deluxe format.
But sorry to cut you off. It just
no
came to me.
But Gantz is just such a niche audience, extremely fucking sexual, weird, just weird ass shit is in that manga. Like, it's just, there's some weird fucking arcs. Um, like, it's like weird. It's not like it's not gonna appeal to a broad audience whatsoever. It's very much like a niche, like kind of like it's just weird, man. Like, you need to read it, and I know, like, I mean, in my old Discord that I tried to put people on it, and a lot of people didn't like it. And there was a couple of people that ended up pushing through that beginning weirdness and really ended up blossoming into like really enjoying it. But I just know that the broad appeal of Gantz is very much not there. Like, people just don't like Gantz. And I feel like a lot of Hiroya Oku's work is just weird.
What's
Like,
the Gigant?
Yeah, Gigant,
Or you Gigant?
they're just fucking weird. Like, very, very weird, out there, hypersexual, and just not for everybody, bro. Like, really, like, I would say his most normal series is Inuyashiki, and it's very much like a good versus evil. Like, one person's given the same powers that another person has, very much the exact same power set, but one is good, one is evil, and one is going to prevail. And it's, that appeals to a broad more audience than these fucking young 16, 15, 17-year-old kids in gimp suits running around killing aliens hidden amongst humans. And it very much, like, Gantz is almost like Toriko, almost like One Piece, to where it's very, like, small at the beginning, and then before you know it, you're like, oh my god, this is fucking like the most craziest shit I have ever seen. And I just don't think it's just not it's not a seller, man. It really isn't. Like, it's not like, it doesn't have the high regard of a Berserk, because Berserk isn't really like too, too like broad of an audience. Like, obviously everyone loves it, but it's very much weird. There's some fucked up shit in it, just like Gantz. But Gantz doesn't have that back of its fan base. It's very uh it's an underground cult classic, if I must say. Like, it's very cult. It's just a cult classic, man, that I fucking love, but I could see you not enjoying it. Really.
Really?
I can see you not enjoying it. I could see you thinking it's fucking weird, because it is. There's some weird like dude, there's a part in it where they get transported to the Gantz room, and our main character Kei Korono, he there's another chick that's hot as fuck that gets teleported in there, and he's like, hey, since we're dead, you want to have some sex? And she's like, sure. And they just start boning in the middle of this fucking hallway. So it's just like that, like it's weird. And there's some really, but to me, like it's just like peak teenager like awesomeness, where you're a teenager, you want to read
Just
something cool, you
edgy.
want to read edgy. That is all Gantz is fucking edge.
Hell
Like
yeah.
literally. And I fucking loved it. And I know it's one of the first series that I ever read. It wasn't the first by I don't even think it's the first 5 series that I ever read. But there's much more than it just being, because the main characters, they're completely different characters by the end of the book than they were at the very beginning. Because Kei Korono is very much like like a Denji, like, oh, I just want to grab tits like type character. But at the end, they are the fucking man. They are like the fucking man type shit.
Let me ask you this. So, do you think this is like a natural progression, right? So let's say somebody starts reading let's say Chainsaw Man and Don Don. Like do you think Don Don, because the impression that I got is Don Don is kind of like Gantz light. Kinda. But hold on. Listen, hear me out here. So let's say
All right.
somebody reads Chainsaw Man and Don as like shonen, maybe a little bit weird, edgy sometimes, especially with Chainsaw Man, and kind of like
Oh
little
yeah.
bits of like weird sexual stuff, whatever. And then this person moves on and they read Berserk, you know. Do you think the next step naturally, after if they loved Don and Chainsaw Man and then ended up loving Berserk, that the next step would be Gantz?
Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely agree with that take, because it's not like, because to me, like what I liked in Gantz is not the sexual shit. It's
Oh
not the
yeah.
fucking weird ass shit. To me, it was the fucking alien designs and the whole Walking Dead. You don't know who the fuck is gonna like, dude. There's some parts in Gantz where you do not know how the fuck they are going to win, or who the fuck is gonna live and who the fuck is gonna die. It is so tossed up in the air to where you're like, bro, I do not want to see my fucking favorite character die, or this group.
Hmm.
And then, oh my god, it's such a good manga. Like I don't know if you're gonna enjoy it as much as I did.
I hope I do.
Um, but you know, I feel like if you give it a chance and kind of realize that it's kind of like a teenager's like I want to get into something fucking spicy. I want to get into something fucking a little crazy, a
But
little out there.
that's me though. So
Then you might really enjoy it. Like if you are into that shit, like, and you will take the punches as they come, where there's some weird shit, there's some weird fucking like there's a lot of like, yeah, there's some weird fucking shit that happens on in
what
Gans.
were you about to say, Cameron?
You know what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no,
There's
that's
some weird fucking shit, but it's awesome because it's not like your main character, like it's not like Kei Korono does some weird fucking shit. It's most of the time the bad guys or the
oh
aliens
yeah,
or shit
yeah.
like that, to where you're like really rooting for these fucking characters. And Kei Korono reminds me a lot of Guts.
Mm,
It's not like he was made into this asshole, but Kei Korono is an asshole made into a good fucking person through
mm.
his trials and shit. Um, and I'm telling you, bro, like there's gonna be your favorite character probably will fucking die. A lot of characters die. And you're introduced time and time again to new characters that you really end up liking, and they end up fucking dying. And it's just really like a whole like Walking Dead thing. And I think that's why I really enjoyed Walking Dead, because it was such a toss up. Like, you don't know, dude. You have no idea what the hell is gonna happen. And I think that whole, first of all, Gantz has an incredible mystery. It has an incredible cast of characters, and the alien designs are absolutely like this is a spoiler, I will say, but there's an entire arc where they fight fucking dinosaurs. And these dinosaurs morph into fucking weird ass aliens because they're aliens. So they kind of morph into dinosaurs, but then they start getting like fucking crazy and weird and there's a panda in that arc that is fucking awesome. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
a good panda that fights with the team. But no, I don't know. Like if you're into that type of shit, I think you really will enjoy it. I think it might really surprise you in a lot of different ways. Gantz is fantastic.
Awesome, dude. Yeah. I mean, even before we were talking, Gantz is one that I always looked at, and I always put it up there with Berserk. It didn't get the recognition that Berserk gets, but it's like definitely in that same vein where the art is fantastic and it's edgy, and that's the vibe that I got from a lot of like the Dark Horse manga. Is that's always like the almost like the edgy teenager manga. You know what I mean? Like Berserk, Helsing, Trigun to an extent, but not really. Blade of the Immortal, like it's all that seinen, like I don't know, just cool shit. And I
Just
would,
the next step, like
yeah,
you were saying, like from the shonen into the seinen world. Like
right,
it's very much that next step into like that edge lord type shit.
yeah.
Like
But I dig
but
that
hey,
kind of thing. So
I'll be completely honest though. My top three books that I've ever read, Berserk is number one, Gantz is number two, and Walking Dead is number three. But I swear to God, Gantz is the most single-handedly addictive book I have ever fucking read, ever. It's way more addictive than Berserk. It's and the reason why I like Walking Dead so much is because it has
it
that type of
reminds
Gantz.
you of Gans.
Yes, very much so. And bro, I read the last, and I was strictly against digital manga reading, totally. And if I did, I would read it official translation on the Shonen Jump app. And I was so addicted to Gantz that I read the first 8 volumes, 9, 10, 11, and 12 weren't out yet. And I was so fucking into it. I had to go online and find scans of the rest of the series. And I read literally 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 volumes in one day of the final bit of that. It's that good, man. I don't want to oversell it to you, but genuinely, it is the most addictive, most fun, and most epic fucking series I have ever read. Like Berserk is really fucking good, but it's better in different ways. Um, like like you're saying, different strokes for different folks. Like I think Berserk hits different like neurons in my brain
Hmm.
than Gantz does, but Gantz is just fucking awesome, man. It's really cool, and even talking about it makes me want to reread the whole series. But I will be a little more optimistic, man. I really do hope. I always have that they will make a deluxe edition of that manga, but just seeing them fucking reprint like shit like Blade of the Immortal, Lone Wolf and Cub, it just totally fucking takes
Takes the wind
my
out your
optimism.
sails.
100%. And they could do such good fucking deluxe editions with Gantz. Like, oh, dude, they could make beautiful Gantz deluxes, just like they do with Vagabond. Like Vagabond's deluxes are fucking beautiful, beautiful.
Let me ask you this, Cameron, before we end the episode here, because we're running a little long. If you could give me your top three manga that you would like to see get an official English translation in a like a cool format, or something be upgraded into that an out of print series be upgraded to that deluxe format, get that Berserk Vagabond treatment, what would they be? Like, give me your top three. I know Gantz is in
Number
there.
it, Gantz is number one, of course, because it's such a amazing fucking series. Um, I would really want to see um I know they're coming out with it, but Baki in a deluxe hardcover
Oh,
edition,
hardcover though.
oversized. Yes, oversized hardcover would be amazing. And but there's an in particular series that I'm sure you have probably seen on your shelves at Barnes and Noble or anywhere you go buy books. There's a series called The Drifting Classroom
Oh
by
yeah.
Kazuo. I really wish they would do an oversized. I know they're already hardcover, but I really wish they came out with a deluxe sized version of these. Um,
They all
bro,
yeah,
this
those
fuck
they always look really neat.
this such a fucking good series. It's my favorite horror book I've ever fucking read. Uh, it's fucking so good, man. And it makes me realize why I don't like Junji Ito at all. I don't like any of his books. I like Uzumaki because it's so big and so. It's not. Let me tell you a short story. Short story. Short story. Short story. It is a fully focused book around around a cosmic fucking entity, which is the spiral, right? And it's funny because Junji Ito pulls inspiration from Kazuo Umezu, the guy who did Drifting Classroom. Because Drifting Classroom, I think, is a 10-volume series, and it's very focused, very fucking scary.
When was that
And
written, by the way?
it's old, bro. Like, look at this fucking art. I haven't opened this shit in a long time, but look at how old school this fucking art looks.
Oh shit, that's probably got to be like the 80s or something.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, there's some very like old school looking. Look at that shit with those fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, super cool fucking series, and I think you would like it as well. But it's just I can like horror manga, and that is the perfect example of what a horror manga should be. Um, Long form, no fucking short story bullshit. Very much that would be my third pick. Besides the obvious Gantz, Baki, Kingdom. But that's just kind of like a deep cut for me. I would really like to see that be printed in an oversized hardcover format because art is fantastic, story is fantastic, and there's some extremely like horror aspects that you wouldn't really think would be kind of freaky in it. Which they
Mm.
very much are freaky in the story. Very fucking awesome story. Extremely rereadable as well. But yeah, those are definitely my top three Gantz, and I probably swap Drifting Classroom and Baki. But yeah, that's definitely my top three. That's a good question.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, yeah, that gives me interested because I've always seen the Drifting Classroom is one of those series where whenever you start getting into manga or comics or whatever, you look at all like the people on YouTube who like know what they're talking about, you know, it's always a staple on their shelves and it stands out. And I very much when I was getting into manga, I took note of that. Like I never got into it, but it's something I recognize where it's like I respect these people's opinions and what do they all have in common? They have Drifting Classroom on their shelves. So, I
It's
mean,
and
hey,
it's really good, man. Really, really good. Like I don't. Do you enjoy the Junji Ito single story, like single small fucking storytelling way?
I haven't read any Junji Ito, and the reason is because I'm not a short story kind of guy. I can't
Not my
stand that kind
style
of
either.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not my style either, man. I really think you would like Drifting Classroom. It's fucking cool, man. Really
awesome.
cool.
Hell yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. But
I think it's very affordable as well. I think one of these big
you
boys
said
is
35?
30, yeah, $35 a pop. You can get obviously all three of them. Probably, I always see all three volumes at my local Barnes
Probably get them
all together.
cheaper on Amazon too.
Oh, probably way cheaper. You could probably get all three of them for probably $60, probably.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, before we wrap this up, I want to give my top three because I mean, ever since
Yeah, please.
we started,
I was just about to ask you.
we were talking about manga here, which I mean, we talk about everything, but I feel like lately we don't get to talk about manga as often as I would want to. But thankfully, we're reading Berserk, so that's gonna change. But my top three, man, I'm lucky enough to where a lot of the stuff I want to read is getting reprinted and like put in a cool
Yes.
format. Because for a while, like I wanted to read Parasite, man, and they recently, I guess within the last few years, they're doing the full color hardcovers, and I have all those now, so I'm very
Are
excited.
those full color?
Yeah, man. Hold up,
No fucking way.
you didn't know that?
No, I was an oversized hardcover. Dude, oh my god, that looks fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I did
dude.
not know they were color.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, oh my god, that coloring looks
Yeah, look,
awesome too, man.
full color
Dude,
collection.
didn't know they were fucking in full color.
Yeah,
I
dude.
might have, cause I have Parasite, but in the OG paperback form.
And they're reprinting paperbacks too. They're doing a new updated paperback format. It's gonna look different than the old ones. Like it's not just a
Oh,
reprint
okay.
of the old ones. Like it's something new. I've been seeing that on Comic Geeks, like looking at the new shit coming out. They look
Yeah.
interesting. But anyway, I'm lucky enough to where a lot of the shit that I want to check out is getting reprinted, like Kingdom and Baki. Um, the one that
Vinland
I'm
Saga.
Vinland Saga, dude, I need that shit to wrap up here in English, man. I am itching to finish Vinland Saga. It's my favorite manga, so dude, and I've stayed away from spoilers. I don't know how it ends. Dude, oh, God.
Zag finished it because it finished,
Yeah,
right?
it's over now, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Zag finished it. He told me he really enjoyed the ending of it. So,
Hell yeah, dude. Because I know
but
I haven't talked to Zag a whole ton, but I know he has like the Thorfinn profile pic, so I know he's a Vinland
yeah,
Saga guy.
yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. I think that's his favorite manga of all time.
Hell yeah, dude. We gotta. Speaking of Zag, I was thinking about this earlier, but we gotta have a guest on here at some point, man. You gotta get either Zag on here or your buddy Raph, somebody, bro. We
Yeah.
gotta do
Oh yeah, for
something.
sure. We could yeah, we could talk about that off because I
Yeah,
get there's a bunch of people that I could bring on
for
uh
sure.
that would be more than happy to do it.
I,
But
I,
no, I
I
was saying
keep.
Vinland Saga was another one of those series that got a deluxe format
Oh yeah, which
from
is
its actual hardcover.
kind of surprising, honestly. But hey,
Yeah,
I'm all here for it because those are beautiful too. Like
they are.
I've been weighing whether or not I want to sell off my hardcovers and get like the deluxe hardcovers, but I'm like it's not worth it because these already look beautiful on the shelf
Oh
as
yeah,
is.
they're
So
beautiful. Still do to this day. Vinland Saga isn't in my top three. I don't even think it's in my top five now that The Walking Dead is in the top three now.
dude,
But
read Farmland, read the
no, that
second arc.
I was just gonna say the Farmland arc is top two, if not nah.
Oh,
I
have you
would say
read it?
it. Yes, I have.
Okay,
It is the most. It fucking book number five in particular is probably top two favorite books in my entire fucking collection.
that
Seriously.
whole arc start to finish is fucking poetic, dude. It's
Oh, it's so
beautiful.
good. So fucking good.
But if
It like literally made me fucking cry like two, three different times
the
reading it.
ending with Arnheid or whatever, bro,
Oh yes, yes.
I jaw dropped, bro. Crazy shit. But
Yeah, yeah,
let me get to the point here before we talk for another 2 hours.
yeah, yeah.
um, so the one that I got into recently that I would love to see. I never read the manga because it's not in English. Hajime no Ippo. I fell in love with the anime. I haven't finished it, but it's the one that I watch whenever I need motivation, man. I watch Ippo when I'm like on the treadmill. You know what I mean? Like dead ass. I that Ippo, especially that first arc where he just gets into boxing. Like I guess like the first 2 volumes of the manga probably are wonderful. I hold on. Stay right there. I mean you're not going anywhere, but hold on. So, Ippo means a lot to me, man. I actually have the Japanese volumes. I went out and like on eBay, I ordered from like a Japanese seller, and I got a few random issues or volumes, but like one of my favorites, because you have volume 1 and then 138 where you can like
Oh my god, that's fucking so. I love shit like that. Like volume one of One Piece and then volume 61 of One Piece.
yeah, same kind of deal.
So
But
fucking sick.
this series means so much to me, man. Just from the anime alone, that I need it reprinted. I don't care if they reprint it in single like tankobons or if they do a deluxe. I just need it in English so I can experience it like reading it. You know what I mean? Um, it's it's amazing, dude, and it's such an amazing story. And even flip like I've sat and flipped through the Japanese manga too. Like I can't read none of this shit. Oh wait, that's volume 138. Don't want to spoil myself. But the art in it too is really good, man. Like
Yeah.
look at this shit. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell,
Yeah, no, it
but
looks sick. Yeah.
dude, I need this in English, man. That's probably my number one. my number one pick.
Mhm.
I think shit. I think number two. So thankfully, number two. One of my favorite mangas, Die Dark, and surprisingly enough, Die Dark is getting some sort of hardcover or something next year. Like we don't have
Oh shit.
any look at what it looks like, but I saw it on Comic Geeks. It's gonna be some sort of hardcover. Um, so that's cool. I mean, I guess it doesn't really count since we already are getting it, but it's not out yet. Oh, it
I
is.
guess if we're not counting shit that's already coming out in English, there's another shonen series that I fucking really want printed in English. It's called Muscle Man. It's called Kinnikunin in Japanese, but Muscle Man. It's like a
Like from
wrestling.
regular show.
I don't. I guess I've never
Oh,
seen
you've never
regular show.
watched regular show?
Oh
Dude.
no.
My mom.
But yeah.
You don't love Muscle Man? Oh.
Nah, man. Yeah, Muscle Man though, it's a deep cut manga, but it is like another fighting esque like battle shonen manga.
Hell yeah.
That I fucking really want to see in English as well. Bobo is
I've
another
heard
one
that's
that
the
I want to
Afro
see.
dude.
Yeah,
With the
that's another
mustache.
one that I. Yes, that's another one that I want to see in English. But you even mentioning it, Ajino Ippo is like fucking yes, it's bringing back all these memories of all these old school Japanese manga that I want to fucking read, like Muscle Man, like Bobo, and Hajime no Ippo is definitely one of those as well.
Dude, you know what would be amazing is if I'm loving this new publisher. Like they're an indie publisher that's coming out. They're the people that are doing Baki. I think they're called Denpa or something like that. Like
Okay.
brand new people. I don't know. Do you have any of the Baki or have you like flipped through it at all?
Nah, man, I want to, but
Dude,
no, I haven't.
the quality is amazing, dude. They're just like they're priced kind of high. Like they're $20. I mean, I guess actually that's not that bad these days, but
Yeah, now
um
with fucking single issue or single volumes being 13, $12 or whatever, I think that's pretty good.
let me tell you, dude, these are worth every penny, bro. They're not only are they releasing them very quick, two a month is fucking insane, and I think they're
That
omnibuses
is
too.
crazy.
They're two in ones as is. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But regardless, two a month is insane.
That's ridiculous.
So they're gonna catch up hopefully within the next few years with Baki, which I love that method that they're doing. I wish Viz would do the same thing with Kingdom. Like they're almost there. I mean, I can't complain too much with a volume every month, but two a month, man, that's dope.
Oh, it's
They're
awesome.
like I said, they picked up Sunken Rock from Boichi, which I'm excited for. I've heard great things. I hope they get their hands on Ippo, dude. If they can do that, they're my
Dream come true.
yes, dude. Like, and they're not hardcovers or nothing. They're paperbacks, but they've got like dust covers like traditional Japanese manga do, and like underneath
Yeah.
the cover is like this glossy feel. It's just wonderful, bro. And the paper quality is awesome. Ippo needs that treatment. It's so underrated, dude. And like, look at this shit. Volume 138, bro. Like, how is this not in English at all, man? Like, I'm.
In a popular series like that, because even us Westerns know of Ajime no Ippo.
Yeah, dude. I need this shit in English. I'm
It's
yapping
not
about
no,
Ippo,
it's not
man.
no niche. It's not no niche fucking thing like Muscle Man, or Bobo. Like no one knows the fuck those series are.
Right.
So like yeah, Hajime no Ippo. I mean it literally has what a 3 season anime or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so that would be fucking cool, man. I mean, if we got Baki, I don't see why we wouldn't get Hajime no Ippo.
I
Honestly.
hope, dude. That's like, you know what? I can't really think off the top of my head two other ones that I would really care for at the moment, but yeah, I can't think at the moment. But Ippo, like, is
That would be dope,
my
man.
number one. But
That would be dope.
hey, man, I think that's a good place to stop for today. Dude,
Yeah,
this
sure,
episode
brother.
went on longer than I thought it would. So yeah, it's all good, bro. Hey, I had a lot of fun tonight, man, talking.
Yeah, me
I
too, bro. I
always
mean, it's
do.
always. Oh yeah, dude. Same here, bro. It's always. I mean, me and you could talk about everything but nothing at the same fucking time and still have a great fucking time. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
always a pleasure, bro. I mean, this is our podcast. Thanks for fucking, you know, we're getting more consistent, guys. So I mean, it's always just fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. And let's get past fucking 12 subscribers so we can beat those other fucking
I was
people.
about to say the same thing, dude. Hey, for anybody who's watching or making it this far, I mean, hopefully my little rant at the beginning of the video inspired some more people to sub after this. But for those of you who might be this far in the video or in the VOD, I don't know what the fuck you call this. I don't know. The podcast, I don't know. The episode issue,
Whatever, yeah.
you know what I mean.
Oh no, are we doing the issue? Is this what issue
I don't
4?
know. Are we locking that down? Is that what we're doing?
I feel like we should do that, bro. Be a little different, a little out the box.
All
Because
right.
this would be what, issue number 4?
Issue number 4.
Go.
All
There
right,
you
let's
go.
do it. Whenever I post next episode, because I remember I brought that up next episode. I'll go and I'll switch everything up and change it.
Yeah,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
it's gonna be cool. But yeah, always a pleasure, Luke. Thank you for talking with me, man. It's always a good time.
Of course, Cameron. Yeah, dude, this is awesome. I love that we're doing this. I say this every episode, but man,
Oh yeah, and we're
it's so
probably
cool.
gonna continue to say it every episode as well.
Every single
But
episode.
yeah, thank you, Luke. Thank you, viewers, and we appreciate your guys' time. If you guys made it this far in the video, it's always a pleasure to have you guys here watching our shenanigans that we always talk about. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Thank you all for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We would both greatly appreciate that. And if this is your first time here, you can check out our other episodes and strap in for the Berserk reviews. Because if you haven't gotten on that train yet, it's not too late. Black Swordsman
Not even
arc.
close.
Black Swordsman arc is a breeze to get through. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah,
It's good. It's easier to hop on now than it is later, guys, because fucking the series just each and every arc gets longer and longer and fucking longer. So hop on now before it's too late.
absolutely. But yeah, rambling on too much longer. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Later, guys. Appreciate it.
Peace.